like wrestling.
Hey everyone, welcome to the We Like Wrestling podcast. I'm Jared. I'm here with the whole gang. Justin.
Hey.
Joe.
Yo.
John.
Hey, got to be back.
Real quick, fun fact for you. So obviously Mania weekend was this past weekend. We'll get into that in a little bit. But Stone Cold Steve Austin has never defended a title at WrestleMania.
Really?
Shawn and The Rock matches he were chasing. Yeah.
He won the belt.
Okay.
And then he lost to The Rock in his last match, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But that wasn't for a belt.
No.
No.
Yeah, that was
Neither
just
one of them was champion at
Yeah.
the time.
that was just the end to their feud or whatever.
So he wasn't Intercontinental Champion or anything?
World title.
Oh, okay. We're just talking about
World titles. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because before that, he wrestled Savia, right? At 12,
Was that Mania? Him and Brett was what, SummerSlam,
13. No, him and Brett at 13.
where he passed out from the
Yeah.
blood from the sharpshooter. Okay, so he didn't win that either.
Because 14 was him and Shawn.
And before that, at 12, him and Swavia.
And 15 was him and Rock.
He is not at 11.
15's him and Rock the first time.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then
Well, after this, he's not going to be having any other title but the world.
yeah.
I was just looking to see if any of
Once
those would be.
he got elevated to the main.
Yeah.
And I have another fact
Oh, yeah, and he beat
tying
Scott Hall.
into to Mania. Person who has the worst record at Mania.
Tatanka.
No. Goldust is 0-12 at Mania.
Jesus.
Really?
I didn't know he wrestled 12 times. I mean,
I
His
didn't
first
realize that
one
either.
would have been Piper at 12. He was not at 11.
that was a
Does this count? Was he? No, him and Dusty were at
Rumble.
They didn't go on to, they weren't there for them for Mania.
No, because they both left.
Yeah, they were gone.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I can see that.
Wow.
It's hard to believe he wrestled 12 times at a Mania.
Well, you think he left, came back, left,
Yeah.
came back.
Yeah.
Was like he
that
was-
is actually hard to believe, though, that he wrestled 12 times at Mania.
Wasn't he in that one? Like, wasn't it like him and Ahmed and the Road Warriors versus
Nah, you're thinking.
not like an In Your House or something?
yeah,
That's like
that was like
versus like the
versus-
Hearts or something.
I think
That was Canadian Stampede.
so. Yeah, I think you're thinking of, there is Ahmed and the Road Warriors, but that was versus Nation of Domination at the time.
Okay.
And then I think the other thing you're thinking of is then him on the team for Canadian Stampede.
Yeah, like
That
him
would-
and Blackman and Patriot or something. And
something like that. Vader, maybe.
could be.
Yeah.
I can't remember who he
And
was.
Austin was the main. It's all they were really doing was putting in a bunch of people around Austin.
So WrestleMania weekend, an exciting weekend.
It was. I
Impact,
wasn't
Ring of
really
Honor,
into it, but,
AEW. The Bucks did a Rick Rude thing. Wrestled on Rampage, showed up at ROH.
How was that Friday night Ring of Honor thing? I didn't hear anything
it
about
sounds
it.
like it was pretty good. I did
FTR
not
and
watch it.
Briscoes were apparently a 5-star, 6-star match. So
Well,
Was it in Japan?
I do like that they put the FTR on their trunks in the old ROH logo
oh really?
print. Yeah.
Cool.
So this was all Tony Khan's Ring of Honor. This is it.
Yeah, we can make that divide that this is
The new
Khan
Ring
of Honor. yeah.
I mean,
I don't
he paid
think-
for it. He ran the show. It's his guys.
Yeah.
Okay.
But there are still some legal stuff with him and is it Warner who owns TBS and stuff? Because I
don't
think he
Sinclair would be
said he got permission to do ROH Friday and stuff like that. So I don't know, but
Probably TBS was saying you're not going to compete with your own show on Friday nights, are you? I mean, that would make sense.
That's a pay-per-view.
Which isn't. Oh yeah, it's not on free TV. So
Yeah, so it's not competition. And also, I mean, he can bring them another program.
mhm.
We can put it on Saturdays. We can put it on Friday nights. Oh, Rampage is on. What's that? So, which one's which? TBS is
Friday
Dynamite.
nights, right? Friday.
Dynamite.
That's
And
Wednesdays.
Dynamite is on
TBS now.
and
TNT is still Rampage, right?
Yeah.
Rampage at 10.
Can't remember all this.
So after
it gets a little complicated.
yeah, After the FTR spoiler, FTR won the belts.
Apparently, they are 6-star because their new thing I seen for Pro Wrestling Tees like says 6-star FTR.
Yeah, we'll see.
After the match, FTR and Briscoes, they hugged it out. They shook hands.
Because I do believe FTR is turning face, and their manager, who is the rumored manager, is Bret Hart.
So they're not part of
Brett-
MJF's
Brett
crew
shut-
anymore.
Brett
They
shut
are-
that down.
Well, fuck Bret. I don't care about
Um,
MJF's group is gone. Like Jericho's
It
group was,
looks like they're going to turn on MJF.
I know Wardlow did, but I mean, I didn't know if the rest
It looks like they're not going to turn on them. They're just not, they don't want to be a part of it anymore.
like Santana and Ortiz. Like we're just gonna
Exactly. Which they're doing the same fucking
Yeah.
gimmick.
We're not gonna
Yeah.
feud with you. We're just gonna go.
But also, we might be seeing less FTR on AEW
More
because
on-
they are now AAA tag champions and ROH tag champions. So we might be seeing them less if ROH gets a TV deal or whatever the fuck they do. So they might be doing AEW less.
which is fine. I mean, there's so many people there. You got to have some fresh faces.
But we are getting some exciting. So after the match, the Young Bucks came out and super kicked the Briscoes.
And did the BTE trigger?
And afterwards, FTR came back out. And so now we're
Yeah,
getting.
so FTR ran them down. So Bucks are the heels still. So FTR is playing that. Well, we're face, but we're here to face any tag team we want. We're here to prove that we're the best. So
yeah. So.
which I like.
On Dynamite, we're getting FTR and the Bucks.
Two. Do.
Nice.
So, but yeah, so they obviously Rampage was taped, but they air it Friday, and so they were on Rampage, and then they showed up at Ring of Honor
They teleported
yeah, on BTE.
and they did the Rick Rude thing.
So what was the main event of that Ring of Honor card? What was
Exactly that what we're talking about right now.
Oh, that tag match.
Yeah, I think
Oh.
they went on last, even though you're asking what the title match was.
Yeah. Is there any other big
so
matches?
it was Bandito versus
Gresham.
Gresham.
I don't know who that is.
It was Jordan Grace's husband.
Josh Gresham
No, I don't know. Who
or Jonathan
Bandito-
Gresham.
Oh,
Sorry.
I don't know who Bandito is. Oh, he wears a mask, right? I'm guessing.
Yeah, he wears like fuck.
Is
What's
he like a
the-
Lucha Underground guy or?
No, you're talking about Gresham. His like.
No.
No,
Oh yeah,
Bandito-
he wears that out, but
Bandito
Bandito wears
wears
like it's like a bandana type mask
okay.
that comes down, but it's like supposed to look like an outlaw wearing a bandana over his face
Mhm.
type thing.
Okay.
Well, like
That makes
Santana
sense.
Ortiz was doing,
Um,
kind of. They used to have it. They didn't wrestle with it, but I mean, they had it.
Kind of, I guess.
Gresham was suicide, wasn't he?
At one point, yeah.
Yeah,
Everybody was suicide. But yeah.
He comes
Wheeler
out with that cool Davy Jones
like snorkel thing.
Kraken, yeah, almost like Vader head,
Oh,
but it's like a Kraken head.
Wheeler Yuta won the Pure
Yeah.
Championship. So
Nice.
And then after winning the ROH Pure Championship, announced that he was signed to All Elite Wrestling.
yeah, I thought he was
I
signed
was
already.
very confused. He's
Yeah.
been on like every week.
Well, a lot of them guys, from what I understand, have just like a contract of TV appearances.
But he's,
But they're not
I mean, at that
technically
point,
signed.
he's on every fucking week.
Yeah,
I
he's
know.
back with-
I don't know why.
Sign him. Stop paying him per appearance.
he was even filling in when Trent was hurt.
Yeah.
as part of the best friends. or
So
whatever.
maybe that's what it was. I don't know, but it seems like so now either way, he has the Pure Champion, which would tie in because it's exactly what Brian and Moxley are. I mean, Brian's whole style is the pure ROH style. So it ties in more that they're going to even want him even more to join. Fuck, what's their called? What are they
Regals,
called?
what's the Regals group?
It's,
Blackpool United,
Blackpool
something
Fight
like,
Club or
yeah,
something.
something like that. I don't know.
I thought it was Blackpool Violence or something.
Something
yeah.
like that.
But now with the Ring of Honor, are they still doing the Code of Honor thing where they shake hands before?
That's what the Pure title is for. Yes.
Okay.
So the Pure title is essentially what it's supposed to be, the old school ROH belt, which it is. It just instead of ROH says Pure. But it's supposed to be back to that old roots of ROH where it's not about a feud. It's not about
Storylines.
it's about me versus you. One of us are going to win the belt.
Okay.
So are they? Pardon my confusion. I'm not into.
That's all right. That's all right.
I don't have social media and TV like you guys. So is this Ring of Honor stuff going to carry over to AEW?
It
It's
seems
gonna
it, but we
start
don't
up
know.
again.
We don't know. We're all going to find out together.
Oh, I don't know if there's any kind of announcement
Well,
or
this
anything.
was their first thing, so you gotta
Yeah, but I didn't know if
say,
on social media if they said anything or
no.
on Rampage.
They're
or
not going to
something.
ruin anything. They don't want to do that.
Yeah, I guess. Well, yeah, we'll all find out together.
And then obviously the Hall of Fame was Friday night.
Chicka Hall of Fame.
Well, yeah, Charmel went in and no one else.
Hall of Fame.
No one else that mattered.
So Braun Breaker inducted the Steiner brothers,
Which I assume.
which both looked terrible, by the way.
I didn't see it.
What?
Did Scott ramble for like an hour?
Yes.
No,
Yes.
no, he didn't ramble for an hour.
Yes.
No,
Did he say he had a 33 and a third chance
No.
of getting in? Did he?
But the first thing they did was he came out and was like, "Give me a live mic or whatever. Sometimes it goes good, sometimes it goes bad." I'm paraphrasing. And then like Rick like covered the mic, and just kind of like looked at him like, "I'll take it." And then so Rick spoke too.
But Steiner spoke for a couple minutes.
Scott,
And
you have to say which one. They're both Steiner.
I did say, I said Scott.
No, you said Steiner.
Steiner.
Scott talked for a couple minutes. And
Yeah.
I think they had like about 5 minutes or so. And he's like, well, you said you took 4 minutes.
Yeah.
That was Rick. I guess I got a minute to get in my stuff. And
Yeah,
I'd
they really
like to
didn't
thank
have a lot of
blah, blah,
time.
blah.
They were saving as much time for Taker, and
Yeah,
rightfully
that's what
so.
it was, yeah.
I get it. I'm sure nobody was putting up a fuss about that.
Rightfully so, because Taker went on for probably an hour and a half. Honestly,
Besides Shad, everyone has in that class something to do with Taker because Charmel was with Booker when he was feuding with Taker.
yeah,
Steiners were on Confederate Taker's
Team, yeah.
Survivor Series team.
All Americans.
And then Vader, obviously, he feuded with Taker.
And I gotta give. I was actually impressed with Charmel. Like she kind of in her speech was kind of surprised that
I
she
did
got
not
in.
watch it.
So I'm guessing Booker inducted her.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Who inducted? Who else was it? Who inducted Vader?
his
It's
son,
His son and wife.
Oh,
or
okay.
was it his
his
wife?
wife,
His
yeah,
wife?
or I don't know.
I don't know if they showed highlights.
I
but,
saw Shad's kid that he saved and his
It
wife.
was his wife,
or
his
whatever.
kid,
And JTG.
JTG was there, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Did you see that JTG and
Did the
his
thing,
son
did the
was-
crime
Him and
time
his
Yeah,
son
that
did
was pretty
the
cool.
crime time. yeah.
Oh,
And JTG looks amazing.
Yeah.
He's
He needs
big,
to,
dude.
he needs to
yeah.
come back. He needs
Do
to
they
sign
call
him.
him JTG or they call him by whatever he's gone by nowadays?
I think they said JTG.
Oh,
I
okay.
don't know if they even said anything.
Isn't
to be honest.
he in NWA?
He
I
isn't.
thought.
I don't think so.
I think he is.
Is he?
Yeah,
What?
What does he go by now? He's not JTG. He doesn't know that. That's
I
what
don't know.
Does he go by his
I have no
real
idea.
name or?
I have no idea.
Jake the greatest.
Yeah, I never. JTG was always stood for something. Like
I
he
don't
changed
know.
it all the time. Just that good. He used to say, "Well,
Oh, that's good. I like that.
And then next time it'll be something different. Or
I don't know.
He's just that good, but he ain't great like Jeff Jarrett.
I always liked
Great.
JTG. I always thought he should have got
Yeah, I know. I
bigger
liked him
singles
too.
push. I think both of those guys should have had a great singles push.
yeah, but you look
They
at those
split
two.
'em, yeah.
Which one do you think Vince was getting excited
mean,
about? The big
Shad.
guy or the little guy?
But at that time, there was a cruiserweight time and stuff like that. So that was Shane Helms cruiserweight time, not like 205 cruiserweight time.
Yeah.
So there was a spot for him.
They split them up and then they both did nothing.
Yep. JTG got shorts and Shad stuck with the crime time gear.
And then Shad got released first. And JTG stuck around on like
Yeah.
He became a glorified
on
pinball.
main event and heat and stuff. And
Yeah, I
like,
remember he was the guy that was on like you said,
Yeah.
the main
And
events.
the debuting guy
Yeah.
would beat him.
Yeah.
So, he beat a name. He beat
But he always
JTG.
looked cool. The shorts that he got, didn't he have like the studded leather vest? He looked cool.
Yeah. I think he did the blockbuster as his finisher.
Those are like a
Um,
variation.
His solo, but not off the turnbuckle. I think he just did it off the ropes.
No, he did.
I thought he did.
So they were bent over. He ran on the ropes behind him, jumped, and did kind of like a famouser.
With his legs.
Yeah.
I thought he did a blockbuster. I don't know.
That was their tag team move.
Our tag team move was
Shad had him on the
it was
shoulders
like a
and he
neck
ran and
breaker
did
type
a-
thing.
yeah.
Yeah.
I really don't remember.
I don't remember either.
Undertaker
So-
said "Never say never" in the Undertaker voice.
So,
He was Mark Calloway the whole time.
Yep.
Until he put the hat and jacket on, and then he did the "Never say never," that's how I sounded Monday morning. By the way, never say never. brother.
Um,
I don't know. My Undertaker sounds like
So-
my.
I saw some highlights where Vince introduced him as Mark Calloway.
Which I
Yes.
thought was
So
really cool.
yes.
He said
Mark Calloway, the Undertaker.
Yes.
Undertaker.
yeah.
Not Kane the Undertaker.
So yeah,
What was the thing that I saw him? Like Sean was out there, Hunter, Kane, and he talked to each one individually.
Well,
Was that the Hall of
because
Fame, or
they
was that-
were like his biggest highlights for WrestleMania.
That was at the Hall of Fame, or was that?
Yeah, that was at the Hall of
Okay.
Fame.
Yeah, he so he didn't have a microphone. He had a Backstreet Boys
like a earpiece.
mic.
Yeah.
Oh,
I thought he was gonna start dancing like Funkadactyls. I don't. Somebody call my mama. But yeah, he walked around while he talked. He walked like over and he was saying about Kane. He was like, but he wants me to call him Mr. Mayor. Like, come on, man. Your fucking granddad jokes are blowing right now.
He didn't say that was his brother, did he? Like
He did
No.
not say
kayfabe.
that.
Okay.
No.
I mean, I get brother,
So-
like we're all brothers.
And then,
Good.
so the Taker, his speech was honestly like an hour and a half, which is very well
I didn't
deserved.
watch the whole thing.
I did.
Just
It was.
highlights.
I stayed up
watched
till
it.
like 1 a.m.
How was Vince's induction of him?
He pretty
Very
much.
brief.
He name dropped Giant Gonzalez and King Kong Bundy.
Those two he picked?
No,
no, he didn't. He went through
all his parts.
He
but-
said Snuka, I think too. I
Yeah.
think he did the yeah, no. I
Did he
think he
mention
went
Punk?
through. No,
I think he ran through all of them.
no, he didn't run through all of them.
He didn't mention
he mentioned
Punk.
like the early ones,
Yeah.
and then he mentioned, and then he skipped right to like Sean, Hunter,
Cena. yeah.
Mark Henry. No,
I don't even think he said Henry,
no,
to
he
be
didn't
honest.
say Mark
Yeah.
Henry. No,
Or
but he said
Roman?
Giant Gonzalez. I guess he had to figure out who he could talk about. He's like, well, can't talk about Punk, can't talk about Big Show, can't talk about Mark Henry. So Giant Gonzalez it is.
Sorry, but to his people, who do I still own?
Yeah. That's good. That guy's alone. Yeah.
I don't want to be cutting any checks, right?
Yeah.
Whose name can I say?
So yeah. And then there was some. Noelle Foley tweeted out.
Yeah, and I agree with her, but
It's a lot to get
it's
in,
a
though.
lot to try to think about.
So he left Foley
for
out
a
of his
career like
speech.
that, I get it.
I didn't mention him at all.
No,
No.
and he
But
should
the
have.
Hell in a Cell. That's
but I'm not
popular.
gonna look. That's a dude. That's a big fucking career, and if you're not in the crowd, not saying like, oh, he needs to be there to get acknowledged. That's not. But like, it's a lot, man. You know who's going to be in the crowd. You can talk to those people individually, and you can back and forth with some shit. Yes, he should have said something about Mick Foley.
But
Everyone,
it's
every single
understanding.
fucking person that has stepped in that ring after Mick Foley did should say something about Mick Foley. He's the greatest wrestler of all time, the greatest human being that has been a wrestler of all time. Everyone should acknowledge him.
So he mentioned Kane that that was the greatest storytelling in history of wrestling, but
Well,
honestly, without each other, they wouldn't be there. So, I mean,
come
look
the
at,
fuck on.
You
Did
don't
he
think
really
that
say that?
dentist gimmick was going to work?
No, without Undertaker, Kane wouldn't be there.
You don't think fake? I think
Without-
Diesel was going to take off.
Oh, speaking of fake, Vince acknowledged Brian Lee. Fake
said,
Taker.
he said
He
he was
said-
faux Taker.
Yeah. Faux
Wow.
Taker.
For years, they never said who he really was. They
Yeah.
said Faker. Wow.
Yeah.
Vince opened up a little bit,
Yeah.
but obviously
he opened up. He opened up all right that weekend.
Oh yeah,
Opened up the wallet.
fucking biggest 76-year-old man I've ever seen. But
I don't know. He looked like shit.
he talked to Kane.
I could take Vince.
He talked to Hunter, Sean, obviously, and he said to Sean, "You gave me the greatest match in my career," which was WrestleMania 25.
Oh, wow. Him and Kurt Angle had a pretty good match.
Him and Jeff Hardy in a ladder. Couldn't talk about
I
him
guess he
though.
didn't acknowledge him either, nope.
Can't acknowledge that
So,
either.
But
Wow.
this was actually Mark Calloway telling stories about his life.
Is AEW really just everybody that Taker has elevated wrestling?
I don't know. Giant Gonzalez isn't over there yet.
Yet. Is he dead? I don't even
I
know.
don't know.
I wouldn't know.
I
If
I
he
mean,
is.
Bundy is, Snuka is,
But
but
it
Batista
was-
hasn't shown up.
It was great to actually see Mark Calloway and not the Undertaker.
I'm
because-
surprised that Batista wasn't in the crowd for that.
Did he?
Oh, he's
Well,
probably filming
I-
movies.
I'm guessing he's stuck to his WWE career. There was no
Well,
skyscrapers or.
Now that I think about
No,
it too,
I
I
don't
think
think so.
in his speech he said something about like he wouldn't get to everybody. So
You
that's why he kind of
can't.
touched those
You
guys.
can't.
Yeah, it would have been like a 4-hour
It
thing.
would- exactly.
Yeah,
With
which
a
is why
career
I'm trying
that
to say, like
fucking
maybe
long,
like you said, with Foley not being in the crowd, maybe he just didn't.
Um,
Sorry.
ahead.
Hey, Nathan Jones, what's up?
Hey, Train.
Actually, he should have said. I mean,
Albert.
Matt Bloom was
Yeah.
probably.
He's
Is
still
he
under
still work
contract.
there? Yeah.
Yeah, he's a
Yeah,
trainer.
he should have been there.
So obviously Taker was a tearjerker. So I will say this is probably the greatest thing I've ever witnessed.
No, Shad is a tearjerker.
Being a
Ugh.
kid watching The Undertaker and now seeing him retire. When
Parentheses.
when he came out, he walked up the steps,
Quotation marks. I should.
and the first thing he did was hug Vince McMahon and said, "I love you." As soon as he said, "I love you," and Vince pulled away, tears from Taker. And it was honestly, I'm not joking. It was 10 minutes of Taker standing in the ring, getting emotional, the crowd chanting. It was honestly a great
And
feeling.
it's well deserved, but
Yeah.
I mean, you didn't know that
Did he
this was
mention
coming.
DDP for stalking his first wife?
No,
Yeah. Did
But-
he mention his first wife for giving him a terrible tattoo?
That he had to get removed?
but Taker standing in that ring for 10 minutes just crying.
I think it was better the night before when we saw pictures. I didn't see a video. Pictures of the Taker statue that was revealed, and he had. Did he have Quiche? Yeah, he had Quiche. He had Henry and Phineas,
Godfather.
and Godfather,
Yeah.
and was there another guy in the ring?
There was Hunter,
Oh, Michelle McCool's wife was there and their kids, right?
Yeah, I think okay.
but that was great.
Oh, and he mentioned them guys, Yoko and Godfather,
BSK.
because he said BSK. Yeah, he
Yeah.
said them.
Yeah,
Were those statues
Fucking
all the
high
same, or
school.
are they like different statues of
Taker
his
got a
career?
statue.
Oh no, you're thinking of so there's a statue that now goes with I think there's only 4. It's Dusty, Warrior, Andre, and Taker. I don't think there's another one. I think that's the
And
those are the
they're
ones.
what, in Vince's office?
No, that's where the dinosaur head is.
Oh.
That's real. That is like well, I mean, I don't know, whatever. I'm sure he's paid for it, whatever. But that's what's in Vince's office, the dinosaur head. No, they're in like the lobby of
the headquarters.
of Titan
Oh.
Towers.
Nice.
But what you saw and what you're probably
What-
thinking
yeah,
of
you're
is
thinking
the
of the
incarnations of the
outfits.
Undertaker that was
Yeah.
behind him.
Which
Yeah, I don't-
even Amber, my girlfriend, who does not watch wrestling, who I showed a picture of how they had the outfit, she even thought that was really cool.
They did look pretty cool.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I don't think they had like when he was biker, they didn't have
No,
the
they just had
variation of that,
they just
which
had like
sucked.
the dead man ones. That's
yeah.
it. They were acknowledging dead man Taker. They weren't talking about anything else. They're talking about
But he did. He
the
thought
American
phenom.
badass.
Yeah.
well, he said like he transitioned over that like when Stone Cold and them. He's like, I had to change it up a little bit, to kind of keep up with them. 'Cause
Yeah.
it was a different attitude.
He did the right. He made perfect calls throughout his career, and that's what elongated it. He went really dark with the ministry when it was time, and then when that was played out, now let's go to just I'm a badass and I'm here to kick your ass, and then go away, and it's time to go little kid shit again. Cena's getting over with this bullshit. Now it's time to start getting my shit back over. Come back as a dead man. And then after he technically goes away and only does his, Christmas time Taker, where it's once a year, that's when you start walking that line of, okay, like I'm just a badass, but I'm also mystical. Well, at this point, it didn't really matter, I guess.
Yeah.
And Vince touched on when he was inducting him, like WCW, like they didn't have a chance.
Yeah.
Taker wasn't going to go.
Yeah.
He's like they didn't bother calling, but he wasn't going anyway.
Well, I thought they did.
Yeah,
He
I thought
said that they didn't.
Oh,
Yeah,
So
I mean, TNA could have had him.
he was probably on the list of you can't.
He was on the list of. Oh, you mean for that? No, he was on the list of.
He's
No.
like, I want Christian.
There was like 5 guys, and one was Cena, one was Taker. I don't know who the other ones were, and that's it. Like there was 5 guys you couldn't have.
He looks at that roster and goes, I'll take Christian. It's probably went, you can keep him.
Does he actually work for me?
So
I thought he worked for you.
Do we have a Christian here? Is there...
And then so
yeah, he's cross-eyed and bald.
Hall of Fame. This was,
What do you mean not Edge? That guy. Okay.
this was probably one of the greatest.
No.
Besides
Nope.
besides
No, they fucked it up. It could have been.
Yeah.
It could have been. It could have been just four entries. and it
Shad
would've
is
been
well
fine.
deserved. Steiner's are well deserved. Vader's long overdue.
I want to tell you. Let's just get this fucking over. So I play that Journey of Wrestling game. You want to hear? I build. I told you guys this before, and I was building the like modern tag teams. So I started playing. I started in 1990, and I went with WCW, and my tag division. I fucking skyrocketed them. I've got Steiners. I've got Miracle Violence. I've got Freebirds with Jimmy Jam. Buddy's gone with Jimmy Jam, Michael Hayes, and Garvin splitting the titles. I've got Rock and Roll Express. I got Sting and Luger as a tag team, and I've got Perfect and Brett as a tag team.
Nice.
Wow.
Dude, I've got the most stacked. Like all of my tag teams are just all main eventers, and like everything else is like nothing. Like Ric Flair is like 6th on the list of guys who are over in 1990 in WCW.
Damn.
Yeah, I built great tag divisions.
Uh,
I had a scaffold match with Miracle Violence and Steiners. I think they actually would have killed each other.
Probably.
so WrestleMania was Saturday and Sunday. First, what night do you think was better?
Well, I only watched night 2, so I don't know. I only watched
think night
one
one
match of
was
night
better.
1.
The consensus I've read is night 1.
I say night 2 was better.
I thought I had a lot of fun watching night 2.
There
I
was
don't
two
see
good
there was a lot.
two good matches on night 1.
I don't see I would have had that much fun watching night 1. I had so much fun watching night 2. Like
Yeah.
I this was probably the first time I've had a lot of fun watching Mania
Yeah.
in a long time.
Yeah.
Or WWE in general. You don't watch WWE much anymore.
I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did not watch Raw. Let's just get this
Yeah,
out there.
So
I did not give a fuck.
for us,
I cannot watch Raw for 3 hours.
For-
Mania is like the Super Bowl. Like you have to watch it. Oh, we're not allowed to say that. You have to watch it.
we
Even if you
can.
don't watch, if your team's not in it, if you don't watch any football, you watch the Super Bowl. Mania is like that. Like you have to watch it.
well,
Sometimes.
for me anyway, I usually only watch Rumble and Mania. I could care less about anything else.
It's hard to care for anything else.
Yeah.
It was hard to care about Mania. I was really set on I'm probably not going to watch any of it. But then I was like, wow, I really want to see like what they're like. That's what look, Vince got me. I really want to see what McAfee was going to do, and I really want to see what Johnny Knoxville was going to do. And both of those fucking paid off.
Yeah.
Like I was happy
Yeah.
with both of those.
Same here. Well, and then also with Logan Paul, like
I
to see
didn't care
how
what he did, but I heard it was
seriously
good.
Well, I
He
want to see
trained.
like kind of how seriously they took it.
And-
if they made a joke of it, or if they like look like what was it last year with Bad Bunny? Like
Yeah.
you could tell he actually put in
But
time.
it was good, right?
I'll say this on
Yeah.
camera, Justin. You were right.
I was right. Yeah. I figured. I mean, he's an athlete and he seems like a fan.
He's a scumbag, but
He's the scumbag. Yeah. He's
I don't even know who Logan Paul is.
yeah,
Well, he made fun of suicide,
yeah.
not the wrestler.
But you can tell
Like the act of suicide.
Damn.
the
Yeah.
3 celebrities in the matches. Knoxville, maybe not so much, but you can tell that they cared enough to put in the training.
No, Knoxville cared. Are you kidding
but,
me?
but I mean, did he train or was he just like
I'm
just
sure
fucking
he
have,
did.
Well,
you know.
Knoxville's whole career is a crash
bumped.
test dummy.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
But he bumped.
Yeah,
That's what.
Um,
These are things. I'm not trying to level up on you and play that fucking card. But those are things that you guys aren't looking at. When I see him bump up, that's when I know. Okay, you're not falling. You're bumping. There's
Yeah.
a difference. So that means you trained.
well, yeah, and
You know who doesn't train? Like some of these guys on indie shows who fall on their shoulders. I mean, how many times have I said it to you guys? What the fuck are they doing falling on their shoulders?
yeah,
One or the other, not on your back, not across your back. You know, let's talk about it. You learn how to bump day one. You bump on your back. You bump on the top
Mhm.
part, the flat part of your back. Fucking, if you turn, you didn't learn.
yeah.
So either someone didn't teach you or you're jumping in that ring too early. I see it a lot and it scares
And
the fuck out of
I
me.
really loved that I could tell Logan Paul put in the work, even on that frog
Yes.
splash.
Yeah.
fucking
I looked-
great.
That's the only thing I saw that whole match.
Fucking
And it looked
great.
really good, actually.
Yeah, he trained with the Miz, so he had a good trainer.
You know who also doesn't bump? Pat McAfee. I don't know why. And
But he's
is
trained since like 2014 or
He
something.
doesn't
Like,
bump. You know who also doesn't bump? Fucking Vince.
God.
He can't get up.
Did you see that video
Yeah.
of Foley laughing
Yeah.
at the
I did.
stunner? That is the I said in another group chat. I said there's no possible way he can do any worse, right?
I don't
And then-
remember, but I'd like to go back and see if Vince has ever actually properly bumped
No,
on anything. Like I don't even mean just a stunner. I know he always takes a stunner like shit.
he always
takes it like
no,
he's
he,
dead.
He always falls like a dead fish
But
too.
yeah, has he ever
No.
bumped right?
I don't think he trained and he owns a wrestling
Oh.
company.
Well, he doesn't
so
even like wrestling.
Like you were saying with Knoxville. No, I noticed like he looked like he knew how to bump, and
Yeah.
he was also doing a good job of selling too.
Yeah. Well,
kudos
Which I
to
was
fucking
surprised.
Sammy, dude.
you don't
Like,
really
when
have
he
to
did-
sell
when he
when
stepped
Sammy
in and he took that
straight up
Helluva
punts you in the
kick,
face.
He looked like he got killed.
There's no selling that. I think he just said, "Yeah, just do it,"
He probably said, "Yeah, all the shit I've done to myself. Go ahead."
because he kicked the fuck out of Wee Man. Like when they replayed that in slow mo, he fucked Wee Man up. It was good. I liked it.
That scoop slam.
But I mean, okay, well, they've all been like attacked by bulls. So how
Yeah.
bad can it be getting kicked in the
Yeah.
face by
they've all
Sami
done
Zayn?
worse shit to each other. I'm
What's
sure.
he like 230? Like fucking bulls like 400 pounds. Fuck it.
Wee Man looked like he was 230.
Boy, he put on some weight.
He's like 100 years old.
Vince probably thought he was Hornswoggle.
They're all old. I mean,
It's
you
like,
gotta
oh,
give him a
another one of
pass.
my kids.
Yeah, you gotta give him a pass.
All right, so what are we doing? We're going through the
What culture? Because Meltzer's ratings aren't up yet.
Oh, I don't
Well,
care about their ratings. I mean, we can go through their shit, but we'll give it our own ratings. I mean, you guys for night
Yeah, I
one.
thought we would agree or disagree.
Yeah.
Did you guys all see the meme too with the giant hand? It said that was
Oh,
Mark
Mark
Henry.
Henry? Yeah. No, he actually tweeted it back out.
Yeah,
he responded
he
to
responded to it. I thought that was cool.
Generational talent.
So the first match of Mania was Usos versus Shinsuke and Rick Boogs.
So
I saw a little of that one,
Legit
didn't I?
hurt.
so
I saw the end of that.
yeah, Rick Boogs is legit hurt.
As you
Yes,
said, we all know that
I-
was not a
100%. You could see that
He
knee
buckled.
went. Yes, I saw that.
I think
So
well, he
it
had the
got
Usos
called-
on his shoulders.
Yeah.
He had
Yeah.
both Usos, and then it
Yeah.
just went.
That match got cut short because of that. Because it was
They
actually
did,
supposed to
yeah,
go a
they
little
did
bit
go.
longer.
They went
They
home
went
right
home.
away. Yeah.
They have not available. Says because of the match wasn't a full match, they don't give it a star rating.
I didn't see much of it. You guys got to go for night one for me.
I'd say 2 stars.
From what I saw, I'd say
This is out of 5.
yeah,
I'd like say a star and a half.
I didn't see it.
Yeah,
I
that sounds
thought it
about
was short, but knowing that Boogs got hurt and knowing that they took it home, I was like, okay, that has to be.
Well, and that's why I only
But,
give it
like,
a star and a half because they
could
didn't get much
Shinsuke-
in.
I mean, obviously, I don't want somebody like out there waiting, hurt around, but like Shinsuke could have held that match together.
Yeah.
Like they could have figured something out on the fly. They're all between Usos and I get Boogs is actually the green guy in this,
Yeah,
but between Shinsuke and the Usos, they could have figured something out
Yeah.
to go another 5 minutes or whatever.
They could have did the old Power and Glory Rockers thing when Marty
gets hurt. Yeah.
Well, Sean was
By
legit
the
hurt
way,
Yeah.
going into that match, so Marty did the whole match himself.
if that match went short, there is no fucking excuse to pull New Day from that. By the way,
Yeah, you were saying that they pulled New Day, but they didn't.
they
even
went on
talk
night
about-
2.
Yeah, well, right. But like, I watched the pre-show for night 2, and they didn't say like, "Oh, because they didn't go on last night, they're wrestling tonight." They just said that match was happening.
Yeah,
Okay, whatever.
and
I mean,
we'll
it
get to that
happened.
later. But
It
God,
wasn't that great.
Yeah.
So the next match, which I thought wasn't really a Mania match, is Drew McIntyre versus Happy Corbin. That's a SmackDown.
it's 2
match.
friends fighting each other, which
That's
we've
a
seen before,
A
though.
house show match.
Yeah,
Which again, I think from what I read online,
Happy Corbin
Um,
sucks.
Drew was supposed to have like an elaborate entrance, but they cut that because of time constraints.
So I caught halfway through the Uso match, and then like I turned it off halfway through that match.
which again, they cut Drew McIntyre's cool entrance because of time. Yet their first match went short.
That's because Cody needed more time.
Yeah,
Spoiler alert.
Adrenaline in my
They
soul.
they
Gonna talk
said
about
the
my
match is really only
dad.
known for Drew being the first person to ever kick out of End of Days.
yes,
Yeah.
correct.
That's kind of cool, but like
Corbin has
who
done a good
cares?
job of protecting that move.
And
yeah.
they gave it 2 3/4 stars.
At this point,
2
though,
stars.
who fucking cares about Corbin?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I saw that video package that showed like sad Corbin, and I was like, oh, man, remember when that was good? And then they got into happy Corbin, and I was like, this is fucking trash.
And
he needs
It
to
was
go away.
so good when it
Mad
was
Cat
sad.
Moss won
And
the Andrew the Giant battle
Andrew
royal.
the Giant. Somebody needs to get like they need to fire people.
I
Was
think
that
they
Pat
were-
Buck?
had
Did Pat
touched
Buck
on
put that shit on TV?
probably. I think somebody had said something about too. I think Corbin had like a winning streak, like he hadn't lost in like so many days.
He doesn't
up
wrestle.
until that.
Madcap's the one that wrestles all the time.
Yeah.
So yeah, probably he's like probably 3-0 in the last 8 months.
They said he was undefeated for like a year or something, but he's wrestled like 3
But
times.
yeah, he doesn't wrestle
Yeah.
because he's got the money now.
That I didn't need that match.
Dude, Sad Corbin
No,
was so good.
That's a TV match.
We all knew
Like, where
Drew
do you
would
go
win.
from here with Corbin?
You gotta split them up.
Him and
I mean,
Moss
it's-
are splitting. But who cares about that feud?
Oh, Moss should sue him for all of his money. And then we go sad. Just give me sad Corbin again. It was so good when he got the hot dog on his shirt and he couldn't clean it, so it was just there for like weeks. It was, like that was the only thing I liked. That was how is that the only thing that was drawing me into SmackDown or Raw? It was good. Fuck it. Is the only thing that I thought was good. Him and Sammy's conspiracy shit.
Mhm.
Next was Rey and Dominic Mysterio versus The Miz and Logan Paul. I like it. This is how they describe this match. Not a soul alive gives a single shit about anything The Miz and Dominic Mysterio did. This was all about Logan Paul.
Yeah.
It seemed it, but he also wore $8.5 million Pokemon card to the ring. Did you know that?
That's in the Guinness.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know
Yeah.
if that was a real thing or not.
Yeah,
It's in the
Yeah, it
Guinness
is.
World
It's
Record
like-
book.
yeah, something like
he bought it or
he pulled it from he does like live streams like this. We could he puts it on YouTube or whatever, and it's a live stream or maybe Twitch. I don't fucking know.
They break
but
open packs.
They
Pokemon
break
and-
packs, and he pulled like this super rare
It's like an authentic Japanese. Yeah.
yeah, from first edition Pokemon. It's worth $8.5 million.
Like everything is
But-
Japanese. Like
wow.
He
Yeah.
probably paid quite a
Just say,
pretty
what-
penny
just a
for
regular-
the packs of cards though, because I'm sure they weren't.
Well, yeah, but
cheap.
he got gypped out of cards. He actually spent like $500,000 on fake cards.
Yeah, I saw about that.
So
yeah.
I mean, whatever. I don't care.
But
It's cool.
look, this match was good.
I give him credit for doing some heel shit, making
You-
fun of Eddie. Like,
You're lucky that shit you didn't bring that $8.5 million card back in like the 80s and 90s because somebody would have stole that shit.
What I
Fuck.
don't understand is the Miz turn. I
Got to keep him heel. People were cheering Logan Paul, I think,
And that's why, yeah, like
and they knew that was going to happen, and they want to leave Logan Paul. They don't want him to leave a heel, so they people are going to cheer him then.
yeah, everyone leaves the ring but him.
Yeah, and they want Miz to make sure that he's a heel for the next night for Veer to show up.
I'll say 3.5.
I was gonna say about a 3.5. Yep.
They
Dominic spoiled Cody's return by dressing up as his tattoo.
They
No,
give
honestly,
3.25.
that was okay.
It is very cool.
that was
dressing up
Eddie's-
as Art
yeah.
Barr.
Well, whatever. I know him as Eddie.
No, Art Barr is his partner.
Oh, okay.
His first partner.
Yeah.
But Dominic, with that fucking haircut, he needs to stop. He is not Brian Pillman.
He needs to stop with the 619.
It's weird when a tall person does it.
It says that they spend the whole match building Logan Paul up as a heel
Mhm.
to turn him face at the end.
I mean, they
You
didn't
gotta keep him
turn
as a
him
heel.
face at the. No, it all makes sense. Fuck what culture?
What culture?
Fuck what culture?
They gave it
No,
3
he
and a
was
quarter.
still a
That
heel
sounds
at
about right.
the end of that shit. I
No, he
think.
wasn't. He was heel at the end until the turn.
Yeah.
But you don't want to. He's never coming back. And if he does, then he has a match with Miz next year. Fuck it. So build to that again. Who cares? It means nothing. Whatever Logan Paul leaves as, why do you care? It's what Miz leaves as. It's what Dominic and Ray leave as.
Yeah, because they got to be on.
They're just fucking mad that Dominic or Ray didn't turn heel.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are rumors about that.
It's been rumored. It's been
For
16
But
fucking
listen,
years for that.
Ray has said he doesn't want that. He doesn't want to fight Dominic. He wants to end his career teaming with him.
But
But
it's not even his son. The guy keeps dressing up as his real dad. He's leaving hints. He doesn't even care about Ray.
I mean,
He dresses up as Ray's greatest opponent of all time And as
He
Eddie,
doesn't have Ray's height.
yeah. Well, he doesn't have either.
But
So
Didn't Logan Paul do something with Sammy before?
that might have been Jake Paul, or I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe
One of the Paul brothers. But
No, I thought so. 'cause,
Jake. Well, I mean, they both box, but Jake, I think, just boxes.
I remember, Sammy brought when he was doing the conspiracy thing. One of the Paul brothers was with Sammy.
Yeah, something about it. I don't know.
So I thought maybe that's why like Miz kind of turned on him too, because like
Sammy needs to turn face. I know it's not. We haven't. This will come out, and SmackDown will already be on. So I don't know what they're gonna do, but Sammy needs to turn face.
Yeah.
Now, like fucking on SmackDown.
So
Because that match is so over. And I know we're on night one, but whatever. That match is so over that Sammy needs to turn face.
So I think this next match was probably the match of the night Saturday. Bianca Belair versus Becky Lynch.
Yeah.
In my soul. I didn't see it, so
That was probably match of the night. It might have been the match of the whole Mania.
I saw she got a really fucked up eye
Yeah, Becky
from it.
kicked her. Yeah.
Kicked her.
So yeah, it was during that top rope thing where
I have no
I
idea.
it
think
looked like she went for a Molly go round, but
That's what
a legit move though.
that's what
That
I
drop kick thing.
that's what I figured. She was trying because there was a thing online that said like who was the producers for what matches,
Yeah. I saw
and
it.
Molly was a producer for Bianca and Becky.
Okay.
And I think
TJ was the main one though.
I think
Tyson
Bianca
Kidd.
did something too that as like kind of like a nod to somebody from the past. So I think that's why like Becky was going to do the Molly go around, but
I will say this: Tyson Kidd does a really great job of producing those women matches.
And now that we're talking about that, you sent the producer thing for night one, but I never saw one for night two.
I didn't see one.
Okay.
They all got fired after night one.
Well, Pat Buck was both main events. So yeah, in my opinion, Becky and Bianca are match of the night.
Is that Matt Buck and Nick Buck's dad,
Which
cousin?
Maybe.
courtesy of Brian from Tornado Tag Podcast, he said that Pat Buck legitimately, who the fuck was it? Was it Brock?
Did he fight him?
He
He,
knocked-
didn't take him down at 35,000 feet. I'll
No.
tell you that.
He knocked somebody out, but it was somebody badass that he knocked out. Oh, Cass, big Cass.
Oh well, fuck. Who says
Not
Cass
big
is
ass,
badass?
but-
Cass only beats up
He's
women.
big.
Yeah,
He's big,
yeah,
right?
right.
So people,
Who cares if he's
it was
big?
big Cass.
He smacked
but-
The
Carmelo.
bigger they are, the
around.
harder they fall.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Joey Styles
yeah,
knocked out
Joey-
JBL.
Joey Styles,
Yeah.
Styles smacked up JBL. Fuck that.
They-
JBL deserved it too.
They gave it 4 3/4 stars
For
Not-
what?
for
Bianca.
Bianca and Becky. Not quite 5.
I would too because there was a couple little botches
But it
here
said
and there.
this
But
was
I mean,
The best
shit
WWE
happens.
match of the year.
So
Take
yeah,
over.
no, I would agree with that. I would say
I'd
like
say 4 and a
Ric
half.
Flair does not
I'd
agree
say
with that.
4 3/4.
Oh my God, Rick fucking Flair.
Yeah. Way to put his daughter
Oh,
over.
yeah.
I probably would have given that 5. That's pretty good. The next second best match of night 1.
Adrenaline
So,
in my soul.
so
Every fight out of control.
Seth comes out, right, and he's
Wearing some fucking King Arthur looking
like
bullshit.
Ric Flair robe shit. I
No,
don't know.
I think it was supposed to be what's the Ready to Rumble guy's name? Jimmy King.
I never saw Ready to Rumble.
You never saw Ready to Rumble?
It's all Ready to
I heard it
Rumble?
was god awful, so I didn't bother.
Oh my
It
God,
is
you gotta
god-awful, but
see
you
it
have to
though.
see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do have to watch. I see it all the time for
It's
sale.
I mean, you know what you could do? OSW does a review of it if you want the gist.
So
No, you gotta watch it.
Seth,
You should watch it. I mean,
Seth
it's
is in the
fucking
ring.
Stupid. I mean,
Probably,
but it's also Dewey. You know,
It's true.
So-
David Arquette.
Seth is in the ring probably for a good 5 minutes, just waiting.
They waited that
Yeah.
shit out. This is the
so-
only thing I saw from night one.
So lights go out. No pun intended. Lights go out. And,
Curtains up, lights go out. My dad is Dusty Rhodes. Remember when
So-
I was here before? I did the Stardust thing in
I-
the ring.
lights go out, and all I saw was smoke, and I'm like, okay, that's Cody.
Oh. Could have been Undertaker.
And then all of a sudden,
Could have been Bray Wyatt too.
Remember, right?
all of a sudden, you hear that
Wrestling
music,
has only one
Yeah.
royal family.
and everybody popped. Listen,
Okay, I popped for the fucking song. The fact that
Yeah.
it's still doing that,
I
that's
love that he
fucking awesome.
kept his gimmick and his song.
It's his song.
Yeah. I'm sure when he signed a contract, he said no fucking Stardust.
Well, so that is apparently the thing is that he said we are not referencing Stardust. Although
He
not
did the-
far into the fucking match, he referenced
does it,
Stardust.
But he
That's
doesn't want
how
them to do
but
Stardust.
But he also had Corey specifically say that is him shedding his past.
Yeah.
They said that right when he did the fucking cartwheel Stardust bullshit, Corey was right on top of it saying that's him shedding his past. They didn't say anything about Stardust. They didn't mention any of that. They just said that's him shedding his past. Okay. If you never fucking do it again, then okay. But if you fucking start referencing that shit, fuck you.
I will say
Already-
I still think he's a hypocrite.
Yep.
Now, I don't
Yeah.
blame him for chasing money.
Triple H is my all-time favorite wrestler.
Yeah.
Forget
Meanwhile,
that.
he's bashing
I
a fucking
smashed
throne.
his throne and
Um,
talk
he also
shit.
said Sting was his favorite, and but look, he's a
I thought his
hypocrite.
dad
All
was
right,
his favorite.
he chased money.
His
Fine.
dad, you mean Dusty Rhodes? My dad's Dusty Rhodes.
So-
Dusty Rhodes, remember the American Dream? I'm the American Nightmare. It's kind of like the same thing. My dad was Dusty Rhodes.
So in
He's
AEW,
dead. You should really acknowledge that he's dead because he was a great
one
wrestler.
of the reasons why apparently he left is because he said he is a main player, he's a main eventer, he's a top star. Tony Khan didn't feel that way.
We'll see.
So he left a company where he was making, let's say, $1 million, went to a company where he could make 10 million.
Wait, hold
He
on.
was
hold on.
also executive vice president.
But Tony Khan took all of those privileges away from each EVP.
Yeah, like the Bucks aren't anything. Really
Kenny is
anymore.
dealing with the video game stuff and stuff like that, but they do not have any creative control. So I think that's what really started it too, was him taking away creative control, because then
Tony
he
Khan.
couldn't put himself in the spot.
Well, the Bucks are still fucking on every week. What the hell?
But so Cody saw himself as a top guy, and Tony
Let's-
Khan disagreed.
Pause. Let's go back to this fucking look. Wrestlers are carnies. Let's not forget that. Okay. They're all out for themselves. I get they're all friends, but
Mhm.
at the end of the day, it's about your family.
Yep.
You know, you're putting food on the table, you're providing for your children. Cody's got a family now.
Yeah.
It's not just him and Brandy. It's
yeah.
not just him, Brandy, and Pharaoh.
I said before, I don't blame him for getting more money. The problem I have
Yeah, I was just gonna
is
say,
if you even have the slightest thought of, well, maybe I can go back, why do the shit you did?
Because
how many guys have
because
done
they
other
got
stuff?
eyes on him. Because it may that's sometimes when you push people, that's the sign of respect.
So, and to that point,
Call me on my shit, I'm gonna respect you.
apparently Vince is really proud
Not
of
me.
what,
Not me personally.
Yeah.
I'll bash you.
yeah. Apparently Vince is really proud of what Cody has done.
I agree. He should be.
But the throne bashing, the shit talking every week, it's like, do it once, like we said, do it once. That's your shot, you know?
Yeah, but
This
this is
has
the
brought
guy.
back guys who've done
But
way
I was gonna
worse.
say this is
Well-
the guy. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, and with wrestling and especially WWE, how many guys, like you're just getting ready to say, like there's a lot of guys that have left, have done shoot interviews, said a lot worse shit. At the end of the day, it's I think Bobby Heenan or somebody said it's not show friends, it's show money. It's all about, like you said, me and myself. Get
Look at-
what I
And
wanna
Vince
get.
knows what's good for business.
Yeah, exactly.
Look at Drew McIntyre, right? He was the chosen one. He
Yeah,
left. He,
sort of.
He bettered himself.
He bettered himself, but he didn't bash the company.
Right.
Here's what I'm going to point to: Hall and Nash, and Hogan, a little bit, but
Ultimate
not
Warrior.
as much. No, fuck Warrior.
That's what
I don't
Vince
care
said
that he's
for
dead.
years.
I don't care that he's dead. He's
No.
still a piece of shit.
I'm saying he did shoot interviews where he
Oh, yeah, yeah.
ripped the company apart.
Yeah.
And what did Vince do? Brought him back.
It's not. But here's what I'm going with. If you're gonna rip the company, and then say I'm gonna do better, and then you go and do better, you provide for the business, then I think Vince is gonna respect that. There's a lot of guys who go, fuck Vince, fuck the WWE, and I'm never going back. And then they sit around and don't do shit until Vince calls their fucking phone again.
So,
And then he doesn't respect you because, okay, I'm gonna bring you back and I'm gonna do whatever the fuck I want with you. Whereas Cody went and did something about it, at least. So did Nash, so did Hall. So when that time came, of course he was going to bring them back. When Cody's time came, he did the same thing. You can actually equate Cody to Nash and Hall. Not so much Hogan, but Hall and Nash. I think he's almost like the modern day version of them two. He wanted to change the business. He wanted to make it better for other guys too, not just him. He did provide. He started a new company where guys who were getting paid $25 a night can now get contracts and provide for their families. Okay, wash my hands of it. I'm good here. I've done all that I can do here. If I'm not making you money by putting me in the main event or putting me in any matches, if I'm not drawing for you, then I'll fucking leave and I'll go do something else. And I can go make money in WWE because I'm going to put asses in seats there. I'm going to put 94 billion people in an arena.
And you know,
Whatever the fuck
if Cody gets a world title, good for him.
I put it in the text and you saw it, so you can go back and scroll in 5 months when he does it. Big Gold is coming back.
I hope so.
I think so.
I hope so.
Just remember, just acknowledge me. Just make sure you go back.
Apparently, in his contract as well, he's being the executive producer of a documentary about Dusty.
And that's great. So, did we talk about
And he got
what
a
is?
bus.
What is his show? Did that
He's
go
got.
on?
That's what I was just about to say. He's got 2 shows. He's got the big time. What's it called?
Go Big
Go
Show.
Big Show.
Go Big Show.
the game show,
And
and then
then
the road
his-
to the top, with
Right,
his
which
wife.
I can see them keeping because they have the Mella show and
The
they
Miz,
have the Miz
yeah.
show. And do they still do Bella's?
Yeah, but I
don't
thought
even
that was
know.
all like Tony Khan's money.
No, that's a
No,
separate
that's.
deal.
I think Cody
It's just
did
that's
all
Ted
that
Turner.
on his
Well,
own.
not Ted Turner's, but that's TNT's money.
And if you have that contract for a set amount of episodes,
But is
Um,
TNT still going to want to put on a show that's when they have this wrestling product under our belt that is showcasing someone from another company? Same with the big time show. What's the
Big-
fuck
Go
is it
Big
called?
Show.
Big Show.
I think the road to the top, that was all on Cody, and so like you said, maybe they can carry it over into WWE, and
They would have to put it on a separate network. I can't see TNT.
well, USA or on YouTube, like they're doing with
Carmella. and
Carmella
Corey.
and Corey.
But who owns? So TNT would own the roads to the top.
no, I think Cody owns the rights to it. I think they just like, I guess.
So
bought the
he would
rights to
shop it
produce
to
or something.
another,
I think
another
I'm not
network.
sure. Don't
but
quote me
definitely
on
not that Go Big Show.
No, I think
That's
that
the
he's
TNT.
That's a TBS. or-
TBS,
yeah,
whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's TNT is TBS. It's,
But you can replace him. He's just one of the 4
So
yeah.
judges. So
and
And really, what talent was he judging? I mean, let's be honest. He was only on that because they had this new wrestling show that they were trying to get over.
Cross,
Yeah.
yeah.
and Cody has a couple figures coming out from Jazzwares, which will probably still get produced.
Well, yeah, they're already in production.
It's just so like look at all the guys that left,
I was
like
gonna
Bronson
say, yeah.
Reed and
They-
you know
yeah. How many?
Bronson Reed.
How many? We're still putting out Bray figures.
Yeah. So if Cody becomes a main eventer, smart choice. Good for him. Good for Vince. This crowd loves Cody.
How long? What does he do at next year's Mania? Will be the telling sign of how they feel about it.
Does he
Barring an
take-
injury, obviously injuries don't count.
Does he take it from Roman? Is he the guy?
Oh, I fucking hope not.
Is he the guy?
You can't beat that wanking fucking glove, motherfucker.
He's injured. I don't know.
Maybe.
Um,
I don't know. He was that raw.
yeah, but that looked like a bad injury. I saw pictures of the.
You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. That dude, you just pop a shoulder back in. It happened to me. You just put it back in. You're fine.
No, he said it was a torn tricep.
go about your day.
Yeah, you just put it
Plus,
back
it's
in.
Brock doing a Kimura, so. But Cody is. I mean, the crowd loves him. The WWE crowd loves Cody.
Yeah.
Which is the exact opposite of AEW crowd.
I think the WWE crowd also loves to hate Seth freaking Rollins, which, who man, watching that match with Amber, she was like, "Why do they keep saying that?" I was like, "It's because he's a heel, and you're not supposed to like him. So you're supposed to get pissed every time he keeps saying Seth freaking Rollins."
That's
Yeah.
on the WWE page. That's like his official name.
Oh yeah.
Seth
Corey
freaking
Corey
Rollins.
says it like a billion
Yeah,
times.
they're supposed to call him. That's his official name.
It was probably 4 minutes in, and Amber's like, "Are they going to keep saying it?" I was like,
Well-
"Yup."
And going back to what he was wearing, you think about it. You think that was a little jab at Cody's song because it's called "My Kingdom." And the way he was dressed like a king.
Nah, I think it was just a put together. I think it did look like Jimmy King, but I think it was just. It also kind of looked very.
It could have been an homage to Hunter, who retired.
No, I think it was kind of Game of Thrones-ish too,
Okay.
which he has done before. He did the Night King, Night Walker.
The blue and gold thing.
Never saw
No,
that
not blue and
show.
gold. It was the frosty looking. It was when he was face. His first Mania after he turned face again. So the first Mania as a heel was the pop up, and then he cashed in, and then he got hurt, and then when he came back, he was face. That one, he was the Night Man. I forget what the fuck it's called. The Night Walker, the Night King.
But
It's Night something, and he's like frosty. He's cold, and he's like an ice. Oh, maybe it's Iceman. I
so
don't fucking know.
the WWE fans love Cody, so he's supposed to be the top face right now. Hopefully, it does well for him.
I don't know.
I
if
still think
the
he's a
top
hypocrite,
face.
but
Him and Bobby Lashley are both on Raw.
and Bobby's a face
Yeah.
now. Even though
Seth came out Monday, and so him and Cody are going to continue.
So where do they? I mean, I know what happened. Well, I guess that's past. We're still on night one. So what was the rating for this match?
4.25.
And is that higher or lower than Bianca?
lower.
Lower. What were
The girls are 4 3/4.
Okay.
So,
I do think that this match started very slow.
Mm-hmm.
Because I went and watched it Sunday morning, and I think the first thing I texted you guys was, when does the 5-star match start? Because it was very house showish.
It was very basic Cody.
took
yes,
them a while. to
it
get
was
going.
slow. Once they got going, it was pretty good, but then it was over.
Once they got into second gear,
Yeah.
then it was good.
And why 3 crossroads?
It's Seth freaking Rollins.
you can't beat Seth with just one.
Um,
I
Seth
mean,
freaking Rollins.
And he's been doing that. He did that in AEW to certain guys too.
I don't think it's the best move in the world. I mean,
he does more. He takes
So,
more of it than the opponent.
I will
Yeah.
say this.
I don't like the move.
This was a good match. I feel like most of that was because of the hype.
Also, did you see it? Cody didn't call that match.
Oh, really?
Oh, that was Seth freaking Rollins, baby.
I'm
Really?
sure.
Yes.
Okay.
A lot of them, a lot of the spots at least, because Seth talks loud.
Dude, Seth fucked him
Seth's
up,
not
though.
good.
Seth got some good shots in on Cody.
Good. Welcome back to the big leagues.
Bitch.
Yeah.
That was plain as day.
Yeah. You want to
for-
bleed? Well, I'll show you how to bleed.
I'll do 4 stars. That was
I liked it. Again, it was so it was hyped enough that
it got
I-
everybody tuning in.
I wanted to. That was the only match that the next day I had to go back and see the actual how everything went. I forget. Did I timelines get fuzzy even like a week later? Not even a week. Did I respond to the text? I know you guys were group chatting and I had you on mute. Did I know Saturday night that it was Cody?
I don't remember.
I think so. I think you did.
I don't remember.
Well,
What time was that about?
10.
10ish. Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe. I was cleaning up dinner.
I just popped for the song mostly because it's cool that he keeps that song.
Yeah, I did like that. I think
I like the little graphic that they did in the air of his.
I fucking
thing.
hate that tattoo. I hate that logo.
Charlotte versus Rhonda.
According to Ric Flair, the greatest women's match in WrestleMania history or
not
wrestling
even the greatest
history.
women's match of that night.
Fucking terrible.
I'd give it like a
I didn't watch
3.
it.
And
It was
that's being-
sloppy.
They
That's
give it
being generous.
3 stars is what they give it.
That was sloppy.
And how the hell does Rhonda lose to the big boot?
Yeah.
Like no one loses to that move.
Big boot pin.
Mm-hmm.
There was a ref bump, and Rhonda was over trying to wake up the ref. Charlotte did the big boot. pinned
Okay.
her.
Big boot. I hope hook of the legs and trying to kick out, but she's just
No.
covering too well.
Rhonda was like knocked out
Oh my god.
for the big boot.
Big boot. Like
Big
like
boot.
Hogan big boot, not like spinning kick
No,
or
no,
like
No, running.
Rhonda was bent over trying to wake up the ref,
Uh-huh.
and Charlotte ran.
Like
For
a
the-
test big boot.
okay, test big boot is better. At
Charlotte
least.
ran
Yes.
from across the ring.
That's the test big
Rhonda
boot.
looks
Yeah, yeah.
up, boom.
No, yeah, that's better because again, like that's why I said Hogan. Hogan's is you run, I put my foot
I
up.
just-
Yeah,
yeah,
test
this was-
is at least a plowing.
This is the big boot Charlotte always does. She runs
I
across
don't
the ring.
watch Charlotte matches. I don't watch WWE. I'm not gonna watch Charlotte
Well,
matches.
she's been doing the same moves for 10 years. So.
I don't remember.
5 moves of doom.
I guess you could probably say though because this was
What what 5 moves does she do? I don't know any moves she does.
Figure 8.
The big
Figure 8.
boot,
That's all I want to know.
the one where she's on the ground and she flips,
natural
a moon
selection.
Natural
Salt.
selection.
and then 4 moves of doom. Or,
And pull the hair down to the knee, right?
yeah.
She does that.
Yeah.
But
But
I
like
think
every
that-
girl does that now.
That big boot was after she had hit her with the belt, I think, too.
I don't remember.
I don't know. It was a
That
terrible match.
I was gonna say, well, if you're doing a ref down spot, I hope they did something.
And
with-
that was supposed to be the main event before Austin agreed.
They gave it 3 stars. That's about right.
why did they put both female title matches on one?
I was
night?
wondering that
That's
as well.
what I
and then
wondered
just
that,
have
too.
the 4-way on night 2.
Yeah. I think the other thing that hurt this match, besides the sloppiness, was it's after Cody and Seth. The crowd is up, and they know Stone Cold is next.
Do you think
It's a dead spot.
That's true?
It's a
Do you
dead
think
spot.
Cody's pop was bigger because people were hot from the Bianca match?
that and
Was it that good that like people were still hot from it, and then like adding, okay, fuck, we're only going up from here,
Yeah.
and then so you're not providing me, so I'm going down in Rhonda and Charlotte, and
Yeah.
I do, yes, I still know that Austin is still coming.
Austin's next.
I don't know what he's gonna do, but I'm gonna hear some glass shatter, and I know some beers are gonna get
Someone's
thrown.
getting
But I-
stunnered.
Yeah,
I think, though, like you said, you had the Bianca was up and Cody I was up. And then Rhonda and Charlotte could have, but I think because they were so sloppy, that brought everything down.
one of those should have
Because it
opened.
could have just kept going up and up. You know what I mean? till you
One
got
of
to
them
Austin.
should have opened. You had that's just
And
that doesn't make sense to
overexposure.
me.
Like we haven't seen Bianca and Becky every week. I mean, they tease it and stuff,
Mhm.
but Charlotte and Rhonda is and every week on SmackDown. I just think of that they needed a potty break.
Yeah,
You know, they needed a downer, a breather before Stone
but
Cold.
your your women's title match.
Yeah, they should have. They should always split up Becky and Cody. Split them up.
I think one of the 2 women's matches should have opened the show. And I know a lot of people give shit. Oh, you're the opener. The opener is the match that should pop the fucking crowd. The opener is the match that gets the crowd. That sets the tempo for the rest of the
Yeah.
night, man. If you get going from the first, then you're only going
Put
up.
Becky and Bianca won because
I-
Bianca won the belt.
well,
that was her moment.
And
So
I've heard like a lot of guys, like you said, like I know you're not a fan of the song, but Jericho has said, like, if I'm not in the main event, I'd rather open WrestleMania and not be in the middle of the card because
Just because I'm
if
not a
you're-
fan of the song.
you either
I
want to
still
be
like
first
Jericho.
or you want to be last.
I just hate the
what he said.
pandering of
Yeah,
it.
I know.
That's all. That's all.
I said. I
The only
said, I
problem
know
I
you don't
have
like the
is
song.
the pandering of it.
So I'll give Charlotte 2 stars.
I give him a 3. It was,
Oh, man.
but that,
Right.
and that's
You can
being,
tell-
that's being generous, though.
It seemed to me Rhonda didn't care, Charlotte didn't care.
Hey,
Since
I
she's
mean,
been
I didn't
back,
see
I've heard
anything-
bad things about
I
Rhonda.
haven't really heard anybody talk about it in a good fashion. Like I said, I didn't watch it, so I
I mean,
can't
maybe
talk to it.
the
but
saving grace of that crappy match is that everyone was talking about Cody and Austin, so it sort of got forgotten,
is
So
it
what-
better to be forgotten than?
discussed as being shitty.
Yeah,
I mean, but no one really talked about it, good or bad. It's just been like, oh yeah, that's right, they did wrestle.
yeah, but no reaction is worse than a bad reaction. I think
That's
sometimes.
true. Who was it? I heard it somewhere years ago. Like to Vince McMahon in the back, if you walk out and it's dead,
Mm-hmm,
that's worse than boos or cheers. Like it's just, I mean, the crowd don't give a shit either way.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, silence is worse.
Yeah, they should.
Corbin is silent.
So since he didn't watch it, but so now there's only one match left for night 1.
So it was a match.
Yes. So
So
Austin came out, which apparently
Austin came out first.
No,
Oh,
Owens came out.
hey, you got to paint the
But-
picture, bro.
All right. So Owens came
I
out.
didn't watch it.
He had his whole KO show set up.
Okay.
He was sitting in a chair talking bad about Texas and Austin and
Mhm.
whatever.
cheap heat.
Yeah. Which apparently Stone Cold came out at like 3 hours and 16.
I
But-
saw it. I don't
yeah.
know how true it
Um,
is. I saw a screenshot that someone said
That's cool.
they had
but
Austin come out at exactly 3 hours and 16 minutes into the pay-per-view. I assume that means no pre-show. I assume
No-
that means
knowing
There
just
was no pre-show.
Knowing like because that first match went short, so knowing how live events are. That's
So-
tough to plan that.
Well, as long as you can hit it before, KO can go out there and do whatever
Stall.
for as long
for
as.
like 20 minutes.
Remember
or,
that
you know.
time? What was it last year?
WrestleMania with the rain.
The only good thing was Kevin Owens.
Kevin Owens
They
promo.
kept cutting to other people, and they were fucking blanking, and then they go back to Kevin. It's like, just stay on him.
Owens is
He's
great.
good.
Owens is great.
Just stay there.
So Stone Cold came out, and I saw he had
On
knee
the
pads.
thing,
On the four-wheeler.
Not at first.
Not at first.
Oh
yeah.
no,
He came out, walked, and then he turned around, got the 4-wheeler. But I saw knee pads.
was he already drunk and forgot it?
He was
Probably saw
drinking
how
a
far
lot
walk it
during,
was.
like,
It's always
during
so
the
damn
fucking
far
match.
away.
Yeah.
But I saw knee pads, and I'm like, okay, this isn't just gonna be like a fight. So they were talking again, and Stone Cold, why are you talking bad? Blah blah blah. And then that's when Owens said,
damn, kid.
that's when Owens said, I gotta be honest, I didn't call you out here to talk. I came out here to called you out to fight. So it was a
Well, if you fought a fight, you could have just asked me.
no holds barred match. It was a walk and brawl,
Well,
which
I
most of
mean,
Stone Cold matches are. But he's 57,
Yeah, I
so
was gonna say, does that anything different than
Rich.
anything he's ever done?
which he's the oldest person to main event a Mania.
Main event is what you pay for.
But
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
So
Really,
57. Yeah.
how old is Taker?
He didn't main event though.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. So when was his last main event, and how old is he? I don't know.
he's in his 50s too, I believe. Almost
Okay,
60.
whatever.
So it was a walk and brawl, which we expect from Stone Cold, especially at this age.
And it,
But-
it was typical get the crowd involved
So-
when he was sitting there. and
How old
like,
was Sting? Oh, that was an
That
main
wasn't
event.
a main
Yeah,
event.
that was like opening or something.
Again, though, that's probably the match that I wanted to see that night.
Did they,
So-
if you want me to whip his ass, give me a hell yeah.
Yeah.
shit and all that.
So the
Stone
match
Cold's greatest hits. He did it
Yeah.
all.
the match started with KO in the corner stomping a mud hole, but the way he started it like he couldn't do it. Slow, sluggish, and then he was just like, all right, fuck it. It was a walk and brawl. That dude drank fucking 10 beers or more during that match.
He drank the same amount the next night.
Dude, how was he able to, he was just
He
walking
doesn't
and
drink
fucking-
them.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, with
He
you know,
drinks like 4 sips of
But
them.
he was using
Yeah.
those as like Gatorade.
They're nothing though.
Yeah, Austin doesn't really drink.
He doesn't drink.
Pours all
There-
over
it's-
himself.
There's
At
always
that
that
age, though, he
comparison.
probably needs
No,
it.
there was always that comparison of you can tell who likes beer. Austin just sprays beer all over the place. Sandman doesn't waste a drop. Sandman drinks that shit.
but surprisingly, like Austin took like a suplex and stuff like that. He took
On
some
the
actual
stage.
matches. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you take a pop-up power bomb?
No.
No.
Buckle bomb?
No.
Package pile driver? What?
That suplex on the stage though, that was a good bump for him.
So I will give you a hint. It's like not the highest rated match, but not the lowest.
4.
What do you think?
I'm say 4.5.
It's 4. They give it 4. So they're saying that was better than Charlotte and Rhonda,
It was.
and better than the first match doesn't count because it was short. But
So it counts as he pinned him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was an actual
Yeah.
match.
There's a 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Yep.
And they ding, ding, ding.
Yep.
There's
Yep.
everything.
I want to say, good for fucking KO, dude.
Look, okay. When back in October, whatever it was, when his contract was up, we all thought he was gone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Right.
I'm sure this was
pretty
in that contract.
Exactly, that's where I'm getting. I assume they were probably like, look, we don't see putting the belt on you anytime soon. And what else can we do for you? And he probably said something along the lines of, give me something with Austin.
because the year before he had Sammy,
Yeah.
and he was probably like, "Look, Stone Cold."
That was like,
they
that was
whatever.
that was
When
like-
I would
Owens was
assume
a
either
face.
Stone Cold or Taker or something like that.
Nah,
Yeah,
Stone
like,
Cold is his.
when he
I
was
mean,
a face,
it's-
remember he said, "I
Yeah.
asked Austin for permission to use the
Yeah.
stunner,"
Yeah.
and they never touched on that in this feud. They never said like Austin could have come out and like, "I never said you could use it, son," or whatever,
But
God damn, kid, you got to do it in his voice.
I can't do it. You have a sore throat, so maybe it's easier for you. I can't.
Maybe.
KO was living his dream, dude.
Yeah, was he smiling like
He
like
kept
fucking
Daniel
Dean
Bryan?
No,
like,
he
no,
kept
like, oh yeah, or like Dean Ambrose with the snake,
he kept his posture pretty well. I'm surprised.
or like Marty Jannetty in every fucking match.
So he was
That's 'cause he's
smirking.
high.
Yeah,
He was
Well-
smirking when he was talking, but I mean that could have been he'll smirk a lot. So
Well, and what you were just saying too, like about with Austin, like he had the permission to do the center, but could have played it off like he didn't. But his whole thing is like he's like the modern Stone Cold, so he could have been like, "You're out here ripping off my gimmick, kid. You know, I'm gonna kick your ass for that shit."
I mean, sometimes the fans focus on wins and losses, but you can get over when you lose,
Oh yeah,
depending upon who you lost
wins
to.
and losses don't matter.
But I mean, the fans are focused on that.
So-
It's what happens.
He can't get over because he loses all the time.
That's bullshit.
But like, you don't think that's a rub for Owens working with Austin? Austin
If-
doesn't work with just
Look-
anybody.
Look, if Zack Ryder never won a belt, people still like Zack Ryder.
Ryder Cardona is doing better now. You know.
But it doesn't.
But-
that doesn't matter. It's
well,
not
yeah.
about being better. It's people liked him.
Yeah.
It's about fucking Brutus the Barber Beefcake. Never had to win a fucking match. Who cares? It was
Mhm.
fun.
Jake
Rowdy-
the Snake was
Coco
over.
Beware.
Rowdy Piper as a heel.
Yeah.
He lost all the time, but he was super
But-
over. He never got pinned, but he would lose.
Owens is in there with his childhood hero.
Yeah.
He is having fun.
Yeah.
You know, it's we know that.
I might have to go
and
back and watch this just to see it.
I feel like they gave it that high because it was Austin. It wasn't a good match, but it was just a feel good, like a final goodbye for 90s fans, you know?
Well,
That's not
I think they
final.
might have
Night two.
gave it that high too because it was more than people were thinking. Like I said,
Yeah.
like you seen Austin
Yeah.
taking a suplex, actually doing moves. I thought honestly it was going to be one of two things: quick boot to the stomach stunner, it's over,
That's what I thought.
or just punches and kicks.
Yeah.
That's all Austin ever did with punches and
Yeah.
kicks.
It's
But-
not like you got less of an Austin match out of that.
That's,
Go
that's
watch
every
every
Austin match.
Stone Cold Steve Austin match after 98.
And think about hasn't been in the ring in 19 years,
Yeah.
and that says a lot to Austin trusting KO to take care of him too. You know?
Okay, if Austin's back and Brian's back and Edge is back, can we not get Tyson Kidd a fucking job?
I know.
So now we're on night 2.
Night 2.
I actually seen Chris Van Vliet interview with him, and he said he's good.
I'm not good. I'm not good.
Justin's still in that
He-
relationship.
He's
I
very
haven't
happy
moved
being
on.
a producer.
I'm not happy.
He's
I
put
want
on great
Tyson
matches.
Kidd. I'm an unfulfilled Tyson Kidd fan. All right. He was getting there. He was NXT and then he was in the tag.
Him and
and
Cesaro were a good.
they
team.
were
I
so
like them.
fucking good. And then Samoa Joe came and fucked it all up.
with the headphones. Yeah. RK Bro versus Alpha Academy versus Street Profits Raw Tag Team
Great
title
match.
I think that was wrestling match of the night for night 2.
Yes. Yes. I agree.
I say that specifically
There
because
was-
I don't count 2 matches as
Yeah.
a wrestling match.
Yeah. First, we always comment fucking Montez Ford in that frog splash. Dude.
He gets so much hype for everything.
He weighs
does.
like 30 pounds.
He's the Sean of that team.
Yes.
And the other one's D'Lo,
If-
which isn't.
well,
but
yes. So I saw stuff out of Dawkins that I never noticed before, and he is much better than I had initially thought.
I like him too, but he was in NXT for like 7 years.
He was both of them. Wait, which
Like,
one?
Dawkins was
Yeah.
there forever.
Ford was there, not as long.
Yes.
and Dawkins
Was there solo for a long time.
and then they both got
never
together,
got called
yes.
up. So there had to be something that they didn't like.
Sometimes
I
you
don't
just
know
don't
what.
have the right gimmick, and you get put with the right person, and boom, something clicks.
yeah.
He's a little fat.
Yeah.
And I don't know that. I mean, what does he say other than that we want the smoke? Like Montez Ford is the voice.
But so Dawkins he doesn't have a great move set, but him and Ford together, it's
They
like
play
that's-
off each other.
That's what
Yeah.
That's what finally got him called up. Him on his own.
I can't believe they didn't win that match. I really
Yeah,
thought that was their night,
and Gable Stevenson.
especially with Bianca winning the night before. I really thought this was like,
I must
okay,
say
they're both getting
my
it.
favorite part of that match was Riddle's RKO.
I was just about
off
to
the
say
turnbuckle.
that springboard RKO.
Yeah.
It could have been crisper, but it was good.
It was good. Yeah.
Yeah, and Montez
he
jumped.
waited. But he
little
waited.
early.
No, I don't think Montez. I mean, yes, he technically jumped too early,
But-
but Riddle waited too long.
What did Chad Gable jump at first off?
I don't know what that
Yeah, I
was.
don't
That's
know.
what I thought was dumb. I
What the
said
hell?
that. I
Like,
said
what
that
move
in
was
our
he going to
comment
get
anyway.
anyway? There was
I don't
somebody
know.
there.
He didn't aim at anybody, and then
I don't
Orton
know.
just.
Well,
but
it wasn't like Orton was standing there, like, you know how normally you'll have the guys facing you and you're going to come off for a crossbody. So if like Orton was down, stood up, kind of like turned around, he goes to leap and Orton catches it like he did to Matt Sydal, where he realized,
yeah.
he's coming at me,
Yeah.
and he changed his position and RKO'd him. You know, okay, but that just looked like that was terrible.
That
Like,
was-
oh my god,
I think it was a great match. So
That-
a lot of great
that
spots.
was the only downside to that whole match.
I'd give it.
That took a little bit away.
Shoosh,
from
Fucking Gable is trying his hardest. It's just I don't think anybody cares.
Joe seemed to be the only person that caught my reference. Do you guys not know the Encino Man reference?
No.
Shush!
I haven't seen that in years.
I think that's where he got it.
Oh, could
Just
be.
I'll send you a video. I'm
It's
sure
a-
there's something on YouTube about it.
Riddle executed the move of the night with his Will Ospreay inspired avalanche cutter. I've never heard it called an avalanche cutter
That's springboard RKO.
that we just talked about.
Okay, it's
I mean, everybody does a cutter
but
these
he's
days.
doing it as a counter to the frog splash. How do you do that as a move?
Osprey does it.
But how?
Maybe they're sitting on the buckle.
Don't
but
jump.
I don't know.
If
I
you,
have no idea.
they have to be sitting.
They
Just wrap your foot around the
3.5
turnbuckle.
stars they gave that match. So
Uh,
Austin's
I
match
think-
got a higher rating.
I think that should have been better than that. But all right,
I'd say at least 4.5.
that was a pretty good match. And Orton didn't turn. Another rumor we've been hearing for
Yeah.
a year.
Everybody's. I've heard Riddle turn, but
Yeah, I would think Riddle would turn.
but Orton is having fun. Orton has said this is the most fun he's had in a while,
Of course it is, because he doesn't have to give a fuck.
Yeah,
and he smokes.
Riddle
been-
can just do it.
He's been half-assing
They
for
took
years.
they
He's
took pot
bored.
off of
Yeah.
the policy.
Of course he's been half-assing it, because what more can you do? But this is fresh.
Yeah,
And Riddle's fun. You know, like
bro.
his dumb shit is fun. He's
He's
the
like this
new
generation's
RVD.
RVD. Yeah. Probably the worst match of Mania: Lashley versus Omos.
Of all of Mania,
I would think so. This is worse than Charlotte and Rhonda.
I think so.
Charlotte and Rhonda
yeah.
were trying.
this
This
was crap. Well,
Yeah.
this the first
Yeah.
thing. This obviously wasn't a good match.
Lashley didn't need to win.
yeah, especially with where they went the next night.
Yeah,
Doesn't
fucking.
make any sense.
You know what? You beat Amos, but I'll take Amos.
Yeah, it
Like-
should have been.
Because Omos needs a mouthpiece.
But
Right, but-
have Omos win.
So either have
You
almost
beat my
win,
big guy.
or right, or okay, you took Bobby Lashley to the limit. He barely beat you, and you can do better with us. And they're heels. That's it.
Or
Make it part of the hurt
or
business.
what you do is at,
It makes sense.
at Mania you have MVP come out and turn on him then and
Yeah.
have Omos go over at Mania. Then you could still you have Bobby turn
Yeah, that was
because
weird.
MVP turned on him and he can come out the next night and like
It's almost like
okay.
they half-assed it and just
Yeah,
put it
I
together
know.
last minute.
Probably did.
Yeah.
They give it
No,
1.5
they
stars.
probably forgot
Yeah,
that,
that
shit
sounds
was on.
about
Like,
right.
oh shit, that's a match.
That might be a
Alright.
half star too big.
Yeah, that's crap.
Yeah.
All right. This is
I
what
gave Charlotte a 2, so 2.5, I guess.
So this is Justin's match. Sami Zayn versus Johnny
It
Knoxville.
was fucking amazing. 5 stars.
Other
I'm
than
sorry.
the gimmicks not working, like that foot
I
to the
am-
crotch,
That was very TNA like.
But
and
they-
the mousetrap thing.
They
not
probably
working.
didn't have time to test it, to be honest.
It was PVC. You can tell it was
but-
PVC.
No Steve-O.
Yeah, I was really
He's
upset.
probably in rehab.
No,
he's been
no.
clean. He's been clean for
You're
like
thinking of-
7
That's
years.
Bam, but
Bam is a
he's
jackass, no pun
He,
intended.
he
Yeah.
might have been doing one of his own shows or something.
no
How he's
Steve-O.
been-
Don't even put that out there. Steve-O is clean and doing very, very,
He's been
very
clean
well.
for like 10 years.
Good for
yeah.
him.
Yeah,
He looks great, too.
Because he was out of his mind for
Yes.
a while there.
I thought he would be the
That's
first
why
one
I
to
thought-
die, to be honest.
I really thought like he would be the next. That he'd be like the last person out because he's like touring. He's kind of the most popular person.
and other than
Well, that's what
Knoxville,
I mean.
yeah, he's
Yeah.
probably
Maybe
second.
that's why he wasn't there because he was
He
don't
might
have
be
his
touring,
own
yeah.
show.
I have to admit, I did not know the guys in the front row.
I only knew Jeff Tremaine. I did not
him,
know the other two.
The other two,
I don't
They're
know
in the newer movie.
So they're in the new movie. I did not see it.
Okay,
I was
yeah.
supposed to see it,
I
and
didn't
then,
see it.
and then shit fell through. But
I didn't until they said, "Oh, those guys are from Jackass." I'm like, "They are?" Like,
yeah, I know Jeff Tremaine. That's it.
Yeah, he's the director or whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, the match.
Well, he's in the movies
Yeah.
too.
The match to me was a lot of fun. The only thing I think I said in our comments in our group chat, when that mousetrap didn't work, that sucked it out. I was
It
like,
did.
oh,
It
that
sucked.
sucked
But it was
so
still
bad.
yeah, I was
But
still
Sammy
Because it was
sold the
good
hell out of
yeah.
that.
up until that point.
It was still perfect.
Sammy,
yeah.
all the respect in the world to fucking Sami Zayn, dude.
He had fun. It looked like.
He did whatever he could to make sure Knoxville looked great.
Yeah, it's a shame they didn't like call something else though. Like when the trap didn't go up, because Sammy just laying there waiting for it to go up. I was like, oh man,
No,
damn.
I still liked it.
I
was
thought
still
I
happy. I was
still
very
like it
happy
was
with
cool, but I was like, that just sucked it out just a little bit.
It was 5 stars personal for me. It was one of my favorite wrestlers of all time, mixed with my childhood. Like I can't put over how much I mimicked my childhood after Jackass. I loved it.
So what do you guys?
I used to when they would build at the mall, they would put all the snow in like one giant pile. Me and my cousin used to ride carts into it. It was like a block of ice. We thought it would be soft, but it's not.
This-
When you put it all together, it freezes.
Yeah.
This match was entertaining.
It was extremely
It was.
entertaining. It was the best thing.
And the
I
only-
was so happy.
They
I was having so
probably
much fun.
should have switched that and Charlotte.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Why wasn't him and I said this before? Him and McAfee should have been on separate nights because we knew McAfee was going to be a match, but there was going to be some fun involved. And then, you could have switched one of the women's title matches.
Just like we
single
said,
title
with
matches.
those two up matches, this
Yeah.
is your comedy. Let's come down.
You
have a
could have
laugh,
had that between.
you could have did
a breather.
Omos and Bobby Lashley and switched Charlotte to
no.
Rhonda and Night
No.
2 as the
You could have
opener.
thrown
No.
Lashley and almost out.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
no. I think if you would have put the Jackass match, that's what we'll call it,
Yeah.
in between Becky and Bianca and Cody and Seth, that would have been perfect.
Yeah.
And
Very
then
entertaining.
then go from Cody and Seth into
Austin.
Very entertaining.
Yeah.
for me.
Because you would have had that. Okay, we had a great match. Now let's breathe. Let's have some fun.
Let's laugh a
Ha
little.
ha.
Yeah.
Oh my God, did you see that? And now
Some
I
gaga.
oh shit, that's right. We still have the guy that we don't know is coming out.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
no,
That's
this
great
is a
point.
match where I was just in it. I was glued to it. It was great. It was entertaining.
I liked it.
Yeah.
There was nothing wrong with it for me. I mean, yes, there was some botched shit, but it wasn't supposed to be a tight match. So.
Sammy, fucking Sammy, dude.
They're saying it was more of a Jackass skit than a wrestling match. Which
That
is
was the
true.
point.
Yeah.
What did they give it?
I'd give it a 4, a
3.
solid 4.
3 they gave it.
It's because
I give it a
they're looking at it as a
Because
wrestling.
they're
match.
rating it as a wrestling match.
Yeah,
and
no,
not as
that
a-
shit is a 5-star.
that was
That is one of the best
Think about-
celebrity matches of
we can't remember any
WrestleMania ever.
spots from Charlotte and Ronda, but we knew that whole match, all the
Yeah.
spots.
I'll
Yeah.
give it a 4.5. I like that.
Fatal 4-way women's tag team title match.
Again, better than expected.
I fell asleep and missed most of it.
I liked it.
It was better
I'm-
than
I was watching it like, wait, isn't Shayna and Natalia in this match? Because I haven't seen them in like 10
Yeah, they
minutes.
were.
Like that-
They
Like,
like
But-
Natalia did like nothing,
But
but
that's-
Shayna was in for a little
then
bit.
they'd be in, and I'm
Yeah.
like, wait, where'd the other teams go? Like,
Yeah.
what the hell's
That's
going
That's
on?
every
like I said in
multi-team
our
match.
group chat, that's what I hate about those multi-team matches.
Mhm.
There's always 2 teams that go down and they lay outside the ring
Oh,
or
yeah.
whatever
Same
for
with
like
Money in
20
the
minutes,
Bank.
like they got killed by a simple
All
fucking
those.
clothesline. It's
Yeah.
like, oh my god, come on.
I must say I do like Naomi and Sasha's tag finisher. If they can ever get it right, I like it. But they've done it twice.
What was it? Remind me.
Naomi picks her up, and Sasha does the
Backstabber,
Code breaker.
breaker.
Naomi picks her up and right down
Okay.
on Sasha's knees,
Okay.
but their timing has been off.
Yeah.
Both
we'll have to
times
do
they
that.
missed.
Well,
So,
really,
if they get it.
Noemi shouldn't be doing anything but picking up. And then once Sasha jumps, so when Noemi picks up, the person taking the move should be planted on Noemi. And then when Sasha grabs them, they should let go. So it really shouldn't be a timing between the
Well,
two.
so yeah, the girls are This girl's sort of like this.
Oh, it's a front.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought you said
Naomi's-
backstabber.
It is, but it's in the front. Like
Code breaker.
Code breaker.
Okay,
Yeah.
you said backstabber. That's on
Yeah.
the back. So, the front. You're still. Are you? Is Noemi holding the arms?
Yeah, Naomi sort
Okay,
of got
that's
the
on
girl
Noemi.
like this.
It's on
Like
Noemi.
like what's it called? What's that
It's
movie?
100% Noemi. Then
Yeah.
she has to let go sooner.
Their timing is
I-
off.
She has to be loose.
But it's
Be
I-
firm but
I
loose.
like it, but
I'm impressed with Liv Morgan.
Well,
She seemed to.
you know where that went on Raw.
her and Rhea have fallen.
So-
Liv had the best gear in that match.
Rhea is
Fucking
rumored
loved it.
to be a part of
Same
Edge's
here.
stable.
That'd be
so-
cool.
Oh, I don't get why people think she's hot. I don't get it.
Who, Liv?
Liv, yeah, I don't get it.
Yeah.
Rhea seems more like your kind of girl.
Yeah.
But I mean,
So
wasn't
Rhea-
Rhea the champ
I like
last
both of
year?
them.
And now look at her.
Rhea is rumored to be a part of Edge's group, which we will get to.
Why can't they both though? Why
She
can't
was
Liv?
out of a tag team to go back into a tag team.
Yeah.
And Nikki ASH just disappeared.
Yeah, where is she?
Yeah.
Is she hurt?
Uh, I was impressed with that match. I didn't
liked
expect
I didn't
it.
think it was.
I thought it would
terrible.
be sloppy.
I think
But
it's like a 3-star match.
I
Yeah.
agree. Three.
That's a 3. Yep.
2 3/4.
What the hell?
Yeah, I mean it's the same thing, but yeah, I think it was a 3-star match.
This
I
might
give-
be worse than Meltzer, to be honest.
This is the one I thought would be match of the
It's
night.
a 1/4 star less than we just gave it. It's not.
But I
that's
mean,
not
the
that
whole
hard.
thing. The whole thing.
Edge and AJ was the match. I'm like, that's the one I want to see.
That
Everybody's
started
saying the
very
ending-
slow.
And then it wasn't
I don't think it was-
terrible.
I
but
I got bored.
it wasn't terrible, but it wasn't as great as I thought it
I
would
thought
be.
the entrance was really good.
Entrance, yes.
AJ's. No, AJ getting clocked in the
yeah,
face.
AJ got hit
I
harder by
was
the
saying-
eyes.
Honestly, I thought he got into a fight with someone backstage and was pissed.
I
He
was-
looked pissed. I
Yeah.
told you guys he looked pissed, and that was fresh.
Yeah.
like something
Mhm.
like something
just-
just happened.
To me, he was. It
now it
seemed
made more
like
sense that he hit his head.
to me, it seemed like AJ couldn't hang.
Yeah, it's because he's a fucking flat earther.
Edge was. It seemed like Edge was in great shape, but AJ was just.
I don't know if he was thrown off by hitting his fucking head on the star. When like Taker walked through that thing, almost walked through it, and you're half his size. The fuck is your excuse?
And I asked
Fucking
you, do you think
dumbass.
that was AJ or Edge who picked that match?
I mean, I think it was Edge. That's what
And
I
you,
would.
You
say.
mentioned that there's a lot of people that wish they could
Yeah.
have had a match with AJ.
Yeah, almost every legend that doesn't wrestle anymore will say, watching the new product, that AJ is the guy they wish they would have
AJ
a match
is
with.
great.
He is all around going to give you a good match.
Yeah.
Might not be the best match, might not be the worst match, but you're going to get a good match.
I'm just glad that when they split up him and Omos, I thought, oh God, don't take this to Mania. I'm glad they didn't do that because that would have been crap.
Yeah.
Would have been Omos tossing him around.
So
But AJ would have made that shit look
Oh,
good.
yeah. He'd have been a Dolph Ziggler bumping guy.
Just like he did with Edge. It was not actually as good as I think it could have been.
Yeah.
Edge is looking a lot more worn than he first came in. I think he needs to stop wrestling, and that's where this hopefully ministry. It sounds like they're calling them an unholy union, which only makes sense if it's 2 people. If you add more people, that doesn't make sense. I pitched. I fucking had a name. I forget what I said. But I mean, it should be a new ministry. It should be a group of a cult that all worship Edge as the leader, and they will do whatever it is that he needs them to do. And he brainwashes them. There's the word. Fuck, I don't know why I was. He brainwashes them to do whatever he wants them to
like
do.
a modern Wyatt family.
Exactly, a cult, a real cult leader.
According to
with
Brody
lots,
King,
like
it's their
10,
House of Black. Whatever,
yeah,
whatever he
Brody-
did.
like
Brody
10
King, yeah.
fuck, yeah. And
What do you call it? Second-rate House of Blackers?
Uh,
from
Wish.
wish.com.
and Edge probably went, who? I thought Brody was
so-
dead.
This is a different Edge.
Didn't that
And
guy pass away?
everybody loves heel Edge, right? The rated R superstar.
But
this
it's
is
a
different.
different. Yeah, this is a
This
different
is
heel.
different. And
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think it'll be good for Edge.
I like it.
I've
Again-
always loved Edge.
Again,
more
like
as a
with
heel.
Taker, as times are changing,
If he doesn't have another match until next year's Mania, I'd be okay with that. If it includes him leading a group that does his bidding, no matter how close you get, there's always going to be someone in the way.
Which Ray said that's the
See,
oldest story in wrestling, and it works.
I get
works.
from that. I get the vibe of like a modern day Brood. With
No,
that-
stop it. You're just
Like-
thinking that because it's Edge.
Like
Think
that was-
more Ministry.
that was
Think
the
more
Horseman
Dungeon of
Ministry
Doom.
is good, yeah.
Dungeon of Doom. Kevin Sullivan, when they did the fucking War Games match, Kevin Sullivan wasn't even in the match. But the winner, like if Hogan's team won, Hogan got 10 minutes alone with Kevin Sullivan in a cage. Fucking work this till next year's Mania, and then whoever they're beating up gets a match with Edge.
Yeah.
They've done this a million times.
He
The
does not
Horseman
need
did
to
it.
have another match. Yeah, right.
Horseman,
you
you had to
ne-
beat
you didn't
Arn.
get to Flair until you proved you could get to Flair.
You had to run through all these
Yeah.
hoops.
It is the oldest and
And it
easiest
works.
story to tell with 3 hours of weekly television. I don't know if it's that he's on Raw, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
With 3 hours of weekly television, I don't know if it's that easy to tell. For whatever 3 times 52 is, it's a
Well,
lot of fucking
And
television.
The other problem was when the Horsemen were doing it, there was like one pay-per-view.
yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
It's Clash
Yeah.
of Champions.
Yeah.
Now every 2 weeks is a pay-per-view.
I don't
so
know if you
they're
can build
rushing
this
these storylines.
Okay, so who if the best case scenario is they build this giant group to keep people away from Edge, who takes down the entire group next year at WrestleMania?
Well, I was
Orton?
just thinking. So
Cody.
I was just gonna say, Cody, you have Edge get the belt and have.
No. Edge shouldn't wrestle again until Mania.
Well, no, but you have him get the belt, and you can just do fuck finishes until next Mania.
No, he shouldn't have another match until Mania. He doesn't need a belt. This doesn't need a belt. No belts. Because it doesn't warrant it. It's a separate thing. Belts don't matter in this.
Plus,
His group is here to cause havoc, it's not about belts. If you add a belt, it really takes away from
the
it.
group that Mustafa Ali's group couldn't be.
Kind of actually, yeah.
Remember, it was they would turn out the lights and they cut
Yeah.
the power and all that, and then it.
Cody,
went nowhere.
we're here to cause havoc.
Cody
because-
makes the most sense if he's going to be the top baby face.
I mean,
I mean, they're still
it's
messing with
probably
AJ.
yeah.
Raw.
But I'm talking about long term.
Yeah.
It's not going to be AJ for.
Let's say
a fucking year.
Cody has the belt
Maybe
come
AJ will
Mania
bring
time.
Gallows and Anderson back.
So the rumors are Rhea, Ciampa, and obviously Damian Priest.
Well, that's not a rumor, yeah. I would add also like somebody like Omos. Oh, what about that? What's the other big guy's name that's with
Apollo Crews,
yeah, what's his
General Z's. Or
yeah,
whatever.
that guy would be good. Some big guys. You need some
Well,
beef.
And let
I've
that
heard,
guy-
I've heard people.
He just stands next to Edge. That is all he does.
yeah.
He doesn't wrestle. He's just the final hurdle before
Or
Edge.
two guys.
I've heard rumors Mason T-Bar because they're not really doing anything with them.
T-Bar is Dijakovac.
Yes.
Who's Mace?
The black guy with
Dio
the
Madden, the
dreadlocks.
black
Dio
guy.
Madden,
He was
yeah.
like
Oh,
an
Dio
announcer
Madden.
for
Yeah.
a month or whatever.
Those would be great. Those
Yeah,
would be
but-
really good. Those are the guys. Those are the pillars. Those are the guys who are always next to Edge.
They're like his.
Like
Secret Service
because
agents
their
the president
size of
has.
those guys. Like, yeah, you want to get at me? Well, right there,
Ciampa's your
these two guys.
worker. Priest is your other big worker. He's a bigger guy who works. Rhea is your female. I would even add some more. I'd make it like a fucking 10-man group. Like Dark Order. What Dark Order could be is this. You got fucking Xavier, like they turn people into these
Now-
people who are positive.
Now, if you're going to do that, do you have those,
Xavier would love it.
those people that are in Edge's group take the titles and stuff because they're the main
These
group?
don't need titles. This should be about destroying your career.
Finn Balor.
I said Finn Balor,
I like
but it would have to be the demon, and then it's like
It's not a once in a.
Well, at Mania would be the demon.
that would be a good end. Yeah. Oh yes. Are you saying that for the end?
Yeah.
Yes,
Like
that would be great.
Finn, they
Finally the fucking
because him
demon
and Priest
comes
are in a
back.
feud now, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
you can get the U.S. title off Finn, give it to Austin
Priest-
Theory.
Priest takes out Finn, helps. That's good. Priest helps get the belt off of Finn, but doesn't take it off of
Yeah,
him.
give it to let Theory win.
Beat down. Finn goes away. Next year's WrestleMania, he comes back as the fucking demon.
Or like you said, or have him get beat up every week. And
I think people need more time off TV.
he has to run through these hurdles.
Yeah.
Well, they gave Edge and AJ how many? What do you think? What do you guys give it?
Honestly, I'm going like 2 3/4. I don't think it was that great.
I give it a 4.
I'd say 4.
We give it 3.
Yeah, I wasn't that impressed.
It said it didn't. It wasn't. It was trying to be an epic match, but it wasn't. It was just a bit
could
boring.
have been. It was right, exactly. I lost interest.
It was just two pros going through the motions.
Yep. And I don't think Edge looked as good as he has in his last couple matches.
New Day versus Sheamus and Ridge Holland.
Which, hold up.
One
You
star.
pull this off of the fucking card. You put it on night 2 for 3 minutes.
Who cares? It was shit anyway.
It
was
was,
it going to
but
be good? Was it
Why
going to be
even
good no
have
matter
it
what?
on the-
But
why have it on
listen,
the card at all?
The New Day War,
Because they were they were doing the homage to Big E.
but this is the revenge for Big E.
Why
This
didn't
is the
they
lead
have
up.
it? Why didn't they have? If you want to make me care about this match, have it 3-on-3. We are not going to know who our opponent is, and they bring out somebody. I don't know. Somebody
R-Truth.
said no. JTG would have been fucking cool, right? Like,
I mean, obviously it's got to be a black guy, right? They all
yeah,
have to be
because
together.
Vince wouldn't book it any other way.
They have to all hang together.
So it was cool seeing them dressed in Big E's gear. It was weird, but cool. I get it.
Yeah,
It was weird seeing him without knee pads and without tights.
yeah, it was very weird.
It was. It was not even like
It
you
was
could have went
yeah.
up and got to the bathroom and came back
Yeah.
and missed this match.
Yeah,
It was
crap.
pointless.
star,
It
one
was
star.
pointless.
1 star is what they
Yeah,
gave.
1 star for me.
And
I
you
don't give a
had the
shit.
heels go over.
And Pete Dunne finally gets his WrestleMania, and he's not even wrestling.
He's not wrestling.
Who's Pete Dunne?
Oh, sorry,
But
Butch. That's his first Mania. It says 3 years ago, Kofi won the championship.
Yep.
And now look where he's at.
I still say Xavier. I'm surprised
He
Xavier didn't
is
win the
never
belt
going to
again.
sniff that main event again.
Ooh. And he doesn't have to. It's fine. Kofi's career is cemented.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
going to be a Hall
He's
of
like
Famer.
Orton. He could lose every match from
Yeah.
here on out. and
He's a Hall of Famer. People love him. He's a good person. But he's cemented.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what he does.
He stayed loyal, never left, and came back.
Yeah.
He's been there. Pat McAfee, Austin Theory.
Fucking
Great.
amazing.
Again, entertaining.
5
So-
stars.
Pat
Until
McAfee.
that match. Only that part.
This match.
Yes. Do they add the second match as a match? I mean, it was ding, ding, ding. We had a bell. We had a pin.
Yes, they do.
Okay.
So we all know McAfee is trained. He's had that match with Cole in the War Games and
Mhm.
whatever.
And he's also a huge wrestling fan.
Yeah. But
On
they showed-
commentary, I get so
I mean,
excited.
he's
they
passionate.
showed he
He's
went
a
to a
fan.
fucking dungeon-like place where it was in a fucking garage and he trained.
Even on commentary, he gets excited. He's a wrestling fan doing what we wish we could do.
And he got Vince to open up his wallet and pay Jack White.
Yeah,
For the
Yeah.
Seven Nation Army.
Yeah.
He had to pay for that.
That's literally
And
the
Vince
only
did it.
White Stripe song I know.
yeah.
No,
So-
there's other ones.
Pat McAfee
Icky
again.
Thump.
Probably if I heard it. I don't know.
Yeah.
So that was his
Blue Orchid.
That's a different thing. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Pat-
right. That's a different
Pat
podcast.
McAfee.
We'll save that for Wes's podcast.
Sister, ex-wife, whatever the hell they are. Go ahead.
No, they're not. No, it's ex-wife. They just happen to both have the same last name.
Obviously, if it was his ex-wife, she'd have his last name.
No, that's her legit name. They both had the same last name.
Before they got married.
Yeah, but like
Because
before.
I had heard it was his sister, then it was
it's not his sister.
ex-wife,
No,
and then
it's his ex. So they started when White Stripes was popular, they were already divorced, and she had they both had that last name. That wasn't like a married name.
oh
Yeah.
So Pat McAfee.
She's actually does some really good things too, and she writes a lot for people. She's a very talented musician.
See,
also.
Wes should have joined.
Yeah, this is Wes.
Good
Wes,
drummer.
We'll get this on.
Welcome
We'll
to
get
the
White Stripes
A-list
show.
music review.
Yeah.
So Pat McAfee obviously is living his dream here. He's a wrestling fan.
No, he lived his dream after this match.
Yeah. But he's wrestling at WrestleMania. He's the one that came up with the slogan this year.
Yeah.
Stupendous.
Well, then
which,
he's
the match was good. Theory we like.
I love Austin Theory. I
We
think
like
he is the
McAfee.
future.
Uh,
Although the more Vince pushes him as the future, the less I think he actually is the future. He's gonna be
And-
the future of AEW in
Drew
like 5
McIntyre.
years.
and there were some good spots from Pat.
Yes, Yeah, I like this. This is like 4 stars for me. I really do think they did a great job. Maybe not 5. I was joking, but I'm gonna say like 4 and like a quarter. I honestly think they
really
did really
enjoyed
well.
this match.
They said Pat McAfee was the most over baby face on night 2. Like everyone loved him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I give
How can you?
Yeah.
I give it like a
Michael
4.5.
Cole was standing up.
Michael Cole was into it. Yeah.
They give it 3.
Oh my
That's
god.
bullshit. That's bullshit. I don't know, man. That's
Four,
not
4.5.
that's not enough. That match was good.
Yeah.
And even like it was cool too because Byron Saxton was selling into it with like Cole, like, oh, you need to sit down. Like Vince is sitting right there.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. So McAfee gets the win.
Yep. So he is 1-0, and then
So he calls Vince McMahon out.
I didn't see any of this.
oh, you didn't see any of
I was
this?
sleeping.
Oh my god.
So Pat McAfee's on the corner
I
celebrating.
started the McAfee match. I didn't finish it. I was done.
McAfee's on the corner celebrating. He looks over. Vince is upset with Theory because that's his chosen one now.
I saw Vince at ringside the whole time.
Yeah. So Pat looks over and he starts calling McMahon. He wants McMahon in the ring.
So he takes off his jacket, he takes off his shirt, he gets the ring.
Oh, we didn't get the power strut.
A little
Oh,
bit.
you got that when he came out.
I'm surprised he didn't break tear his quads getting in the ring.
Yeah.
Um,
I think about that every time he gets in the ring.
He's
Actually.
76.
And now he's even older.
He's
Yeah.
still ripped for a 76-year-old.
He needs
It's
to
not.
stop doing things to his face.
Yeah, he looks like
he teased
a
it
wax.
that he wasn't going to at first. He was like
he took his coat off and then he was like, nah. And then he was like, all right, fuck it. So he got in the ring. Pat McAfee, again, great fucking job. Making Vince look like $1 million. He was selling the shit.
Stomps.
He was selling the shit out of everything Vince did.
I think Vince was actually channeling Vince's favorite wrestler, Orange Cassidy.
So Vince did a punch and a kick like
he
Orange
might have worked
Cassidy.
slower than Orange Cassidy.
Vince did a punch like it would be a poke.
Yeah,
And
it was bad.
McAfee flew back 10 feet. It was great.
Yeah.
Fucking great on McAfee's part.
Yeah, and like he kept charging into Vince, and Vince would like do like a clothesline and shit, like like,
It's McAfee did not.
McAfee wrestled himself.
Yeah,
pretty much.
yeah.
Yeah.
McAfee did not get any offense in against Vince.
No. Yeah.
So Vince won
yeah.
with a clothesline, I think,
Something like that.
Oh,
So Vince won. Him and Theory are in the ring
But
celebrating.
they give that like 1.5.
No,
What they give that?
5 stars.
What? You're kidding.
No fucking way.
Yeah, what you don't see is there's a little negative sign right in front of it.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I thought the other like, no,
-5 stars.
that better be a joke. Oh, negative. I see.
No, it was fine. It was
I
fun.
think it was fun.
I give it like
So-
1.5.
yeah, I was like a 1 and a quarter.
New rule for Vince McMahon: you are no longer allowed to make fun of Kenny Omega for bumping for a blow up doll.
for
I don't even know what that's
McMahon
about.
or for McAfee.
Might be McAfee.
Because McAfee is the one who
Probably
would be
McAfee then.
you can't make fun of bumping for a
Because
blow up doll. Yeah,
in
we'll
Japan-
show him the video.
Okay,
Yeah, I
You
don't know
can't
what that's
explain
about,
it.
but
You
yeah.
can't explain it.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
funny though.
Yeah.
It's fucking
So-
awesome.
So Vince is celebrating with Theory, and then
Which
glass
I thought,
shatters.
why wouldn't he come out to save McAfee?
Yeah.
It was a long time
waiting.
waiting.
The only thing with that though, there was a fuck up though, because when
Yeah.
They played Austin Theory. So they were playing No Chance, and then they started playing Austin Theory's music.
And Vince was like,
Vince
"What?"
reacted, and then you can see Theory saying, "No, not yet," or "That's my music," because Vince has no
And then
fucking
Vince
clue.
was like into it. And then-
yeah.
So
And
he fucked it up.
then glass shatters, and it was like a less of a reaction because he blew his reaction already.
But the crowd still loved it. It was
Yeah.
unexpected.
it,
mean,
it was expected.
but yeah.
If you look
So-
at the chat, I expected.
So Stone Cold comes out, obviously, throw me beers, whatever.
Fucking Austin Theory jumps to the fucking ceiling.
So
He was whoever bought that last 77,000 ticket at row 1 billion Z. Fucking, he touched him.
yeah.
Dude, he
So-
jumped his
so-
ass off.
So
I think he got over the top rope.
Stone Cold came out, he had beers, and he actually drank with McMahon and Theory. So they got a couple chugs in. And then Austin was like, yeah, see, whatever. And then Vince went to drink again. And then I'm not even going to call that a stunner.
Oh, Vince is fucking terrible.
So Theory, by the way, though, That's better than The Rock.
He jumped so high.
That is better than The Rock.
Oh, he sold the shit out of it.
He fucking Shawn Michaels SummerSlam whatever
Like,
year.
I'm not kidding.
that shit.
That
Big
Stone
move
Cold-
where he, like flopped around like a fish.
Stone Cold stunned him in the middle of the ring, and he jumped out of the ring.
yeah, he
Didn't touch
got
the mat.
so
Like,
much air.
it was
Yeah.
Austin
great.
Theory's the best.
Probably
Um,
another honor. He probably was honored.
Of
Like,
course,
stunned me all day.
who's
I don't
not
care.
honored?
And then this was the final goodbye in my mind.
The Anticipus. Anticipus, yeah.
One last
Whatever.
Stone Cold Vince McMahon stunner.
Yeah, that's
Which-
what you think.
Uh,
It'll fucking happen
I mean,
at
you
WrestleMania
said
40.
It's been 19 years
But-
since he wrestled, and Austin Theory is 23.
Wow.
Think about that.
He was a baby.
So
So-
Austin probably has no clue who the hell he even is.
now,
Yeah.
Vince McMahon normally flops like a dead fish, right? This stunner was
No, he usually
No.
crumbles.
He just like falls.
Yeah, he crumbles. That's what he did.
Yeah.
this was just
He
yeah.
doesn't bump. Like we
he
said
does
earlier.
the same thing every time.
He doesn't bump.
But so Austin
He usually sells by flopping. You're thinking
Yeah.
about the sell.
Austin
but no,
kicked
he
him and he
crumbles.
fucking lost his balance.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
yeah,
Austin was
so-
trying to grab him, and then when he stunned him, Vince fell like way too soon.
Yeah,
and
that
then
was weird.
Well, their
and then-
timing's off, right? It's been a
and
while.
then McAfee gets up, has a beer with Stone Cold,
Yeah,
stunner.
takes a stunner.
Good sell, great sell. Not as good as Theory.
Even rolls to the outside.
That was a
And-
clean sell because he got down and bounced, but
Yeah.
it wasn't anything too drastic. It
Yeah.
was a good sell. Rolled out to the ring, and
As Austin's still celebrating and leaving, the camera pans to McAfee, knocked out, just still grabbing a beer.
which McAfee
Well, but I
living his
think-
dream.
Part of that was if you watch it back, Austin tosses the beer to him.
Does he?
Yeah.
And Saxton again, great fucking sell. Byron Saxton. Why did he go in? I don't know. He's a fan of Stone Cold.
Who isn't? But
Yeah.
Saxton.
Austin called him into the ring to have a beer.
Yeah.
Saxton
You would
sold
think-
that so well.
let McAfee and Austin celebrate at the end. That gets McAfee
Yeah, but
the
no.
rub.
McAfee is having his
No
dream
one
fulfilled. Like,
celebrates with Austin. Fuck
Taking a stunner is better.
I'm
Except-
Stone Cold. I celebrate by myself.
yeah,
I'm gonna drink all the beer.
Don't trust anyone.
he
Yeah.
celebrated with his brother night one out, right?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
But
should have stunned his ass too.
I did like the part.
I thought he was going to. I honestly did.
I was awake enough to see. I liked the part where McAfee was commentating his own match. When he put the headset
Oh,
on,
yeah,
he's
yeah.
like The Rock, like The Rock.
No, even better, like Booker T and TNA. I don't know if you guys watched it, but he used to do this thing when Main Event Mafia was running, and he got the mic. And he was like Booker T with a boot, bah! Booker T with a like, bah, bah. He would do
Yeah,
this shit.
McAfee was great. Though. I liked that.
McAfee is great. I love that. That whole both matches and that whole thing, fucking
Yeah, I don't know. It was great. It was a good. Night.
yeah. It was. I enjoyed that. McAfee got to live his dream. He was having fun. You can clearly tell. He
And
still
then-
talks about it on his show.
And then
What was it? The greatest wrestling
greatest
WrestleMania match of all time,
Yeah.
or something, or what were they billing it as?
Greatest match of all time.
match
no,
of
the
all
greatest
time.
match of all time was Edge and Orton.
Yeah, this
This was like the most,
or the biggest WrestleMania
yeah,
match,
the
of all time.
grandest, or yeah.
Yeah,
So
I did not see any of this because
I should have went to sleep.
Apparently-
I wanted to go to
yeah.
sleep.
I was sleeping.
we were
I
hoping for
should
The
have.
Rock.
I was right. I was like, you know what? I'm already up. I know I'm not going to go to sleep. Like, I'm not going to fall asleep before the match is over. So I might as well just stay up and watch
I'm
it.
glad it didn't drag on longer though. So I've heard both men got legitimately hurt. Brock had a rib injury, and Roman
What happened to Brock?
That's because they're two guys
Where?
beating the hell out of each other.
probably that spear that he didn't fucking turn around for or something.
Brock's a fucking
But-
bitch.
So
The opinion expressed by Justin are Justin's alone.
Justin's alone. So Brock, if you come kick the door in, he's the one on the end.
so Brock apparently had
ribs hurt. Oh,
Brock apparently had a rib injury, and
you hurt my ribs, so I'm going to tear your shoulder
Roman dislocated his shoulder with the Kimura lock. So
If Brock Lesnar gets announced for Legends of Hamburg, I'm not going.
so
Where's
Speaking
that
of
motherfucker at?
it was announced that
No. Let's just keep this going.
no, but WWE they announced that they are now allowing
Oh yeah.
bookings.
So Brock Lesnar can come to Legends of Amber.
Yeah.
Cody set it up.
So
Afford him.
Roman and Brock, it was I don't want to say disappointing because I didn't expect much to begin with, but
I didn't expect much, so
Yeah.
I don't know why I was disappointed.
I don't care. This is the fifth time they
guess
had
I
a match.
expected more
That's
for
the
the
other
end.
thing too. Like, yeah, how many times? have we
I
seen that?
expected more from the finish, I guess.
So according to this, was this Heyman produced this match?
I don't know. Maybe.
It says it was a signature Paul Heyman finisher spam fest. His old and very worn take on a prize fight.
Okay.
So it sounds like he was the one calling it. I don't know.
No, this was Pat Buck.
Yeah.
I didn't
So,
see it, but it was
Pat-
spears and suplexes.
Pat
That's all I
Buck
was
resigned from the
It
WWE.
wasn't even spears and suplexes though. Like not like
It could have been a
plenty
match.
where it
but-
was like him and Goldberg. Like it's just move for move for move for move. Like
Yeah.
finisher.
Yeah,
finisher.
big shot,
It's
big
not.
shot.
It wasn't even that. It was just I don't know. It was nothing.
It could have been a match, but
We've
it's-
seen it so many
Yeah.
times.
Well, and the way they were promoting it too, like like oh, it's belt for belt. They did that with Hogan and Warrior. Yes, granted, it wasn't to unify them, but still, like
I just hope if they put the belts together and make it a decent belt, not a colored
and
belt.
have them be in both shows because there's not enough.
Why did they have a draft recently?
They did.
Like a year ago?
Yeah.
I have no
So
fucking
what
clue.
would you guys give this?
Two.
I didn't see it.
Yeah.
Two.
Yeah, I'll agree with
Two.
that.
It was at least hard hitting. Like at least it's fun to watch.
It could have been a match. Could have.
3.
Yeah, I mean, whatever. It can be 3.
So,
It's just not.
yeah,
so,
I'd give it a 3. And so now, if you have,
We're saying this with fucking head of the table wearing motherfucker right here.
I don't have many-
Roman Reigns.
Well, same thing.
I
You
don't
were
have
down
many WWE shirts.
You were talking about Cody Rhodes talking about his dad and wearing his shirt.
I specifically wore this shirt. You can't see it on camera, but I specifically wore this so that I forgot to reference it. Look, I'm Cody, you fucking dusty.
I don't have many WWE shirts.
You gotta,
I'm wearing the belt collector.
He doesn't work there anymore.
you gotta say like Dusty Rhodes.
Seth freaking Rollins.
Yeah.
Look at that.
But
This might be the first time we all wear a wrestling shirt to the
Yeah.
podcast.
yeah, actually, I think about it.
I specifically washed this shirt today to wear it to reference it during the Cody Rhodes and forgot.
So Joe Buck, fucking Pat Buck,
Who the fuck
I
is
mean,
Joe? Joe Buck is a
NFL.
Baseball
NFL,
announcer,
yeah.
NFL, yeah, his brother. I don't know. Pat Buck resigned from the WWE after Mania.
Oh,
Young
Buck.
Buck.
The reviews of his matches were not good. He had Charlotte and Rhonda, and then Roman and Brock.
Yeah, well, whatever.
But now the thing on that though, too, is okay. You're the producer. You can't control what happens in the ring. If you lay it out and they
You
just
can
don't go
'cause you
out,
produced it.
yeah. But if they don't go out and execute, what you
Well,
laid out, what I mean,
If
that's
the
not really on
players
you.
Don't execute. Who gets fired?
I know.
Coach.
Yeah, the coach
Yeah.
isn't out there
Don't
running the
fire the
plays, but
team.
he calls the plays.
I know.
Tyson
no,
Kidd, great producer.
but he didn't get fired. He resigned. That's what I'm saying. Like,
Adam Pierce,
and
good
he saw the
producer.
writing on the wall.
So they have potential. It's just
Jamie, don't fucking
Jamie
sleep on
Noble.
Jamie Noble.
Jamie Noble.
motherfucker.
I
Don't
forgot
you
him.
sleep on
I
Jamie
forgot him.
Noble.
Jamie Noble, great too.
I have
But-
sang his praise for years.
But I mean, if you have 2 main events and they flop, I can see why you want to resign. And
Yeah,
But-
give it to Jamie Noble.
Was it that WWE drink?
no,
What WWE
The
drink?
one that they do the commercials for.
that's Nestle Splash, not sponsored.
Not a sponsor.
So
There's a commercial where like Sheamus is in it or whatever, and he's talking about no,
That's
Drew,
for fucking Cricket
Drew
Wireless.
McIntyre.
They
is in
played it 50 times
Oh
on
my
Mania.
gosh, every commercial. Yes.
Oh, that was actually for Snickers.
Yeah.
Snickers, yeah.
Snickers and
Snickers.
Cricket. Fuck.
So-
I paid for this. Why am I watching commercials?
Overall, Mania.
Stars?
Star rate?
Yeah.
Like
I
do
give
they
it
have
4.
that? Do they have like an overall? You're talking about night 1, night 2
Combined.
overall.
They just have they just do individual
Overall, I'd
matches.
say a 4.
It's not as bad as WrestleMania 11.
Look, Justin and
Which
I,
is probably the worst Mania of all time.
Justin and I do not watch WWE.
Neither do
Other
I.
than Rumble and Mania.
JoJo know what it does.
And this Mania,
Yeah, Joe usually is the one that's like, oh, this is what's happening.
Yeah, he's a WWE guy.
Yeah, I can't.
I
this
just watch wrestling.
this year's WrestleMania drew us in. They did a good job of entertaining us.
Partially. Night 2,
Yeah,
it was very entertaining.
they did a great job
Should've
of
went to sleep
entertaining
after
us.
Pat McAfee.
Yeah. So good job on WWE for that. And then the Raw after Mania was back to shit.
I did not watch it.
If they would have put
We hear from
Joe,
Cody
how was
Rhodes.
if they'd have put
But-
Jackass and Pat McAfee on
It
night
was
one,
alright.
Justin wouldn't even bother watching
I
night two.
didn't
We
know.
tonight we hear from Cody Rhodes 3 hours later, 2-minute promo.
No,
He opened
no,
up Raw,
Cody
didn't he?
opened.
Did he?
Yeah, he
Yeah.
opened it.
Roman,
Roman.
did he do anything? Did Roman just like come down and then leave?
Was
No,
that
he
the
came
promo
out,
that
he
they were
talked,
talking about?
and that was it. And then
Was
he
that the
left.
promo? I just heard that there was like a big build up.
Yeah, it was like Roman's going to be on, and then
Yeah.
they didn't even like. I follow it through Instagram, so if something big happens, they put it on Instagram. All they showed was a picture of him entering. They didn't even post his promo. At least they posted Cody's promo, and they posted the whole Elias Ezekiel thing.
Oh,
Are we talking
that
about?
was
Are we talking about
hot.
Raw after Mania then?
Yeah.
I don't know what
I
we're
didn't
up
watch
to
it.
for clockwise.
I just know fucking Elias.
No, it's not fucking Elias. Look,
It's his
listen,
brother. It's his
listen.
brother.
Wait. It's gonna be good. Just wait. There's gonna be a payoff. Just fucking wait for that. I'm not upset about that. Do you remember when there was the grave and he was like, Elias is dead? This all harpens back to that. And like fucking Elias is done. Does anybody remember when Joseph Parks showed up and he was Abyss's
Yep.
brother?
I got it.
But then it ended up being that every time he bled, he remembered that he was Abyss.
Yeah.
We're gonna get there. Relax. We'll get there.
Well, when he came out as Ezekiel, because it just came up
It's
Ezekiel.
fucking
I thought
funny.
it was Ezekiel Jackson at first. I was like, what
Oh,
the fuck
God.
is he doing here?
We don't want to have to talk about that.
This
on
is
this
WWE,
podcast.
so they're probably going to screw it up.
No, that
It's
was
gonna be-
TNA.
It's
all
going to
right,
be like
They didn't-
Emelina.
Don't. Yeah.
So yeah.
Tennille had nothing left to do in WWE though.
But now, with Roman being the undisputed champ, or however you want to put it, how do you do that going forward?
Where do we go?
Because I'm thinking like,
Ashley.
no, if you got one champion though, like, do you have him on every pay per view defending, or do you just have him defend on like the bigger pay per views and the other ones like that's
I
where you
would
get your
have-
contenders from?
Here's what I would do. I would have him fluctuate until SummerSlam, and then at SummerSlam, a 3-way.
Triple threat. Yeah.
Someone from Raw, someone from
That's what I was
SmackDown.
thinking.
The top faces from both of those face Roman. One of those wins. Roman goes away for a little bit. He has to, right? He has to go away when he loses that
Yeah,
belt.
he's been champ for like
He
600
cannot come
days.
back the next night and boo-hoo, woe is me. He has to go away. Like he has to be definitively beat and go away.
Or
And he needs it too. He needs a fucking rest.
Well-
the guy has leukemia.
well, not only that, but good point too is with a 3-way, he could lose without
Exactly.
losing.
Right. That's where I'm getting at.
Okay.
So, right. So he can go away, and then those two can feud and eventually split the belt somehow. I don't know how. Survivor Series fucking sucks. I don't know.
Rumble.
Money in the Bank. So if you win Money in the Bank, was that in July? You get a title shot, not both title shots. So Money in the Bank can cash in for one, but not both, right? We could do it that way. You beat me for the Universal, but I'm still the WWE.
Unless they just make it one belt.
Or they can make it one belt, but I think that would be a lot.
That's the rumors that
There's
they're
a lot
supposed to
of
make
TV.
one belt.
There's a lot of fucking TV for one champion.
And that's
And let's talk about why the fuck did they wait till Monday after Mania to give Braun Breaker the title back for NXT?
Yeah, why Raw? And
Why not give it to him at Stand and Deliver?
Yeah,
And
because
I
I
don't-
think a lot of people were predicting he was going
That
to
was-
win it at Stand
how
and
did-
Deliver.
that was the
Cares?
last. That was the
Not
last
show up.
change.
he's done in NXT. He had that big farewell with Triple H.
Well, if he's gonna show up with Edge, let's long play that.
Yeah,
Let's not
take
do
some
it-
time off.
Yeah,
Enjoy your
let's
time
not-
while you can.
Yeah, let's not every week a new person. We went at Mania, Damien, and then the night after Mania, we got.
Hey,
but
you're gonna have a heavy schedule coming up.
slow play.
relax.
We're not going to NWO this shit.
No, yeah, right.
Every week someone turns.
Yeah, no.
And if Rhea's supposed to be, she'll probably be the one that will join like next week.
Yeah.
Because after her and Liv will probably
I'm okay.
lose.
I like Reyes, so I'm
Yeah.
okay with that.
She'll
So
turn on her, and Edge will come out like he was behind her turning dark again or whatever.
So overall, I think Mania week, and I say that from Raw before Mania to Raw after Mania, I think was good. Is it one of the best? Probably not. But
Mania did what
it was
supposed
worth
to.
it. It was
Yeah.
it was Mania. It felt Mania. You know,
It felt
it
big
didn't
time.
feel like, man, this is a fucking waste of time.
Yep.
Well, some matches did, but overall,
Well,
Yeah,
right. Well, you got it
overall,
right.
it's,
Overall,
yeah.
I think it was good.
Yeah,
it was
good.
worth a watch. It's
Probably
there
the-
are
The first Mania in a long time that I actually enjoyed.
yeah, because there are things that I'm gonna in 5 years go, oh fucking remember that. But I'm not gonna I don't even remember what happened last year at Mania. Was that
I
Edge
don't-
and
that-
Orton? Was that
Yeah.
the greatest match?
Yes.
No, that wasn't
no,
a
that
Mania.
was one of those other ones.
Yeah.
Oh no, that was the one without fans.
No, that was 2 years ago.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah.
Last year was Tampa Bay.
That was the rain
like
delayed
half.
in the beginning.
Yeah. I
The
don't
rainstorm.
See?
But I remember the main
next
event
year
was.
we'll see. if
The
we
only
remember
thing
this
I
Mania.
remember from that is Bad Bunny, to be honest.
Oh yeah.
Great Mania week. It was exciting for us.
Now on to bigger and better things.
So, yes, today is Wednesday as of this
as
recording.
we're recording, yes.
So,
Not the
For those of you that don't know, every Wednesday they announce
if you don't know, now you know.
every Wednesday they announce guests for Legends of Hamburg Fan Fest
Who's they? Pronouns, pal.
Outbreak Wrestling.
and Legends of
Legends
Hamburg
of
crew.
Hamburg.
Announce a guest for the convention every Wednesday leading up to the convention. This week's theme is tag teams. We knew there were three
Which
tag teams.
We know that I love tag teams. We just talked about it.
So we knew there were three tag teams.
And we know one of them.
So I will get to that last.
Okay.
First tag team announced
Who's gonna pop?
for Legends of Hamburg,
Who's going to pop?
Rock and Roll Express.
Wow.
Nice.
Nice.
All of
Second,
us. Okay.
second, Headbangers.
That's fucking awesome.
I like that banger.
Hell yeah.
Damn, I didn't know they were still around. You never hear
Yeah,
them
they're
doing
fucking
anything.
around. They're fucking awesome.
But you never hear anything about them. It's
So
amazing.
what? That's
Rock
all.
and Roll
That's cool as
Express,
shit.
jeez.
All right, I need to work towards that one. That
And-
one's. We need
And,
to find some shit.
and our announcement.
Yeah, who fucking cares? Headbangers.
We got a figure.
I have one figure. I need to get a 2-pack. Well, I'll work on that. Makari. I got
So
some time.
Rock and Roll Express and Headbangers.
Who cares?
Obviously, he's excited. We are all excited to bring this announcement to everybody listening and watching. We Like Wrestling Podcast is proud and honored to bring the acclaimed
Listen.
to the convention July 23rd. Max Caster, Anthony Bowens.
Though, sad to say, though, it might be a solo guy because after tonight,
Max
Max
Caster
might be
dead.
attracted.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Samoa Joe. Yeah.
Yeah, he might be dead.
But listen, this is huge. All right. I'm already.
That's awesome.
So John Cena commented on Max Caster and his ability, right?
Yes.
I'm already getting messages about our packages, and I got people saying these.
Sweet.
I will bring up a message.
So we want to stress on this podcast that we have a limited edition that you are going to want to pre-order because it is very limited. And we're already getting messages, and technically it is announced. Are we? It's been
Yes.
announced. So
the
Yes.
sale
as
started.
as of this recording, it was just announced.
Yes.
As of the release of this episode, it'd be 3 days announced. So I would get on this.
So
We're going to try to provide for you guys as best we can. We want to provide for our fans, but limited is limited. We can't just
yeah,
print more.
So there's- there's
the
a
reason-
limited edition exclusive print that will be available. You can only get it for pre-sale, so make sure you go on and order. I will have the link to our website in the description of this episode everywhere. It's on our page. It's on Legends of Hamburg. The flyer is up for the prices. I already got messages from somebody saying these two are all caps super stars.
They are.
They
this-
are
this
not
person's-
rated R.
Uh,
Stars.
This person is a memorabilia guy, so he
Okay.
always looks forward to these conventions. This definitely popped him. He's excited for this.
I'm
I've
glad.
seen comments on the official announcement. Excited.
We like to throw a little mix of new and old into Legends of Hamburg. So
Yeah, I'm excited when I got the chance to do this. We like Caster, we like Bowens. They're
From
great.
day one of AEW, we were fans of the Acclaim.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
I'm glad we pulled this off. I can't wait for this convention. You can't wait, obviously, because of the headbangers and
Yeah.
And the Rock and Roll Express.
Rock and Roll
yeah.
Express is great too. but,
Coco
hey,
Beware and Demolition and
Paul Roma.
Pretty Paul Roma.
We got headbangers and Paul Roma. Hey, y'all think I'm joking?
Roman's a former horseman.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, wait a minute. Even with just Roma and Coco, those are tag team guys. They were in tag teams.
They were. Yeah.
I
the
meant Coco
Acclaim
before.
have arrived in Hamburg July 23rd.
So make sure you are gonna want to be there.
Yeah, these
And for the pre-sale, we're going to be organized. Don't worry if you order and think, oh no, we're going to be organized.
Yeah.
about
Wes,
it.
you better be there.
So get your pre-sale limited edition while you can. You do not want to miss this convention. It's going to be great.
Yeah,
with
they are
these-
very limited. So
Yeah.
when you have what you have is we're not going to print more just because we get more orders. If once they fill, they fill.
Get your hands on them while you can. We're excited to bring you the clean. We're excited to see what guests are announced in the future. This is already
Yeah, shit.
It's already
We're
a
just
huge
week
convention.
3,
Yeah.
and we have some insane guests.
I can't wait. This is exciting. Great week of wrestling this past week. Great week of announcements. It was so hard for us to hold on to this.
Yeah,
We were excited. But July 23rd, Hamburg, Pennsylvania, at the legendary Hamburg Fieldhouse, is the Legends of Hamburg Fan Fest. April 30th is our next event, which is coming up very soon.
Yeah, way too soon.
Outbreak Wrestling will be there as always. Looking forward to some great matches there. Man, this was great. This was fun. I don't
Which
know.
at that one on April 30th, you're going to have a special thing
Oh yes,
for
yes.
a raffle,
The raffle.
right?
Yeah, it's autism acceptance. So as always, the past 2 years I've done some sort of raffle.
And all the
that.
proceeds
That's
go
a
to
great cause. So come out.
Yes,
For that if you can.
Anything they get from those raffles goes directly to the charity and
yes.
organization. So I've been a big part of that. I'm proud to be a big part of that. So I will have a big surprise for a raffle at that show. So come out, Hamburg Fieldhouse, April 30th. Come out July 23rd to the Hamburg Fieldhouse. Get your tickets while you can. We'll see you next week.
Later.
2 hours.
Headbangers. Hell fucking yeah.